Hello and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena, where there's an intense focus palpable in the air like a smoky haze. The kind of focus you'd only have if you knew you had a matchup against, or an undefeated matchup against Ohio State in PEC Valorant just minutes away. The season so far for both of these teams has culminated up to this point with only one team being able to leave this one with a flawless record. My name is Zach Munson, and of course, I'm joined by Nathaniel Hackney. And Nathaniel, what can you say about the strength of both of these teams' records today?
Well, obviously, they're both 6-0 undefeated, but one of them might be stronger, and I'm going to say it's Boise State's.
Ooh, why is that?
And, well, we were looking, and Michigan State, third in the league, has not been played by Ohio State, which means, Boise State's is a little stronger.
The strength of their record might be a little bit tougher, and, I mean, maybe your logic makes sense, but I mean, last week was crazy as well. I wanna get into this game, but of course we have a little bit of a recap of last week. Week 7 in the PEC Division 1 season brought a few big storylines. Ohio State kept their perfect streak alive, taking down Baylor 2-0. Syracuse took over versus Nebraska, resulting in a 2-0 win, while Michigan State triumphed against Utah 2-1. Boise State kept their momentum rolling with a 2-1 win over Minnesota, and Kansas had the week off with a bye. On the stat sheet, Peter Middlebrun of Boise State notched his 6th win of the fall, while Dez from Ohio State exploded for 33 kills against Baylor. Both standout performances in a tight mid-season week. And I mean, we're 7 weeks in, and the PEC Valorant standings are kind of starting to define the playoff picture. I mean, Ohio State and Boise State come together without a blemish, both undefeated at 6-0, setting up a thrilling showdown for the number 1 seed. Just behind them, Michigan State holds strong at 4-1, with Utah balancing out at 3-3. Syracuse trails slightly at 3-4, followed by Kansas at 2-4, still in striking distance of the middle tier. At the bottom of the table, Minnesota, Nebraska, and Baylor continue to battle through a tough season, each looking for late momentum. With only a few weeks left, each match carries weight, and the race for playoff positioning is officially on. And in an attempt to educate the audience on the PEC and their schools, we started with a quick Q&A with our players about Ohio State. Jacob Palmer was our man on the street to see what our players knew about the Buckeyes.
Okay, how about this one?
It's the Buckeyes, Ohio State.
Ohio State, Ohio. Okay, I know that's Oklahoma. Oh, Ohio State, the Ohio State.
Ew. I'm gonna go ahead and say they're in Ohio.
The Ohio State.
Where are they?
Ohio.
And where in Ohio?
Oh, crap.
In Ohio, but where in Ohio? You might have heard the rhyme. In 1492, this guy sailed the ocean blue.
Oh God, my knowledge on geography.
1492.
Genghis Khan.
All right.
I'm getting a little bit of a headache.
Columbus?
Columbus.
I believe they're in Columbus.
I'll say Columbus.
Yes, you're right there.
Oh God.
Oh, I give up.
And there's a lot of action going on. Michigan State versus Nebraska going on right now. Going to be an intense one. Of course, we've got Ohio State versus Boise State, what you're all here for today, right here. And then we've got Minnesota taking on Kansas, an interesting one with a lot of implications for that middle-of-the-table playoff picture for sure. And then, of course, Baylor versus Utah. Two teams that are, I mean, they're not out of it yet. They're both also looking to get a win on late. But we've got our rosters here for you.
Yeah, of course, here we have Daimyo, Kaz, Skies, Skelesis, Master, and Prestige. They are not in that order. It's just the way I remember their names.
Coach K coaching them, of course. And then for Ohio State, they have Pat, Hamburger 742, Bot 125388, Dez, and Waldy, of course. And we were talking, or, I mean, that's them right there, ready to go. And, of course, I've kind of that's Dez right there. I was just about to talk about Dez, of course, showing up with the swag, and I was kind of mentioning it. It seems like Ohio State's game plan is almost kind of built around him in a way, and that's kind of been really good recently, especially on this patch. But of course, ever important are Doc's keys to the game in Valorant. count cards, know your win condition, check your angles, please. And in case you forgot, check them again. Some angles are even deeper than you might expect. And of course, thank you to Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experience, they are proud to be Boise's go-to team of local, multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net. And now, I mean, it's getting pretty real here. And as I was saying, like, it seems like the Buckeyes love to play through Dez. Of course, a great player last PEC matchup where Ohio State actually came out 2-0 against the Broncos. Dez had an insane performance, and they want to play through him, but what complications does that kind of bring?
Well, we've actually heard it before because Boise State has played this exact roster just a few weeks ago in the other league, Division I, and something that we've seen is that it's a little predictable at times, and that's what the players were telling us.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes you know what's coming and you still can't necessarily stop it, but with this roster, this Boise State Broncos roster, it doesn't really feel like there's a weak link to pick on.
No, there's really not. I mean, we've said it like time and time again. You can kind of just look at the scoreboard, see somebody on the top, and you're not surprised. It's just like, yep, Master got an ace, Kaz got an ace, like whatever. This is just standard.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone's liable to pop off, but I think the Ohio State team might be similar in that kind of way of, I don't really feel like there's a weak link on that team either. Of course, I like to talk about Dez because he plays that flashy style, neon, waylay, like just run it down, but they wouldn't get to this record, this 6-0 record, without being a very fundamentally strong team.
Yeah, exactly. And Neon and Waylay, they're like really go-in characters, and it's very easy to get detached from your team and just straight up die. So it shows something at least. It shows that, you know, the team is supporting Dez well, and that they're still a strong coordinated team.
However, with Sky's back, the resident Waylay gamer of the Broncos, that could set up for kind of a collision because I don't think they're going to want to shy away if Ohio State decides to play like that. I think they're going to at least match it, especially on the first map. They're going to want to set the tempo.
Yeah, the Waylay versus Waylay matchup also could be interesting because the way we've been seeing it played is we find information, throw the Waylay, and then dash away.
And this is very interesting as well. Boise State getting their bind, a map that they're very confident on. And next map, we're going to Corrode, another map that I think the Broncos are very satisfied to be able to play. And they do only start on attack one time, but I mean, even if it goes to sunset, I think the Broncos are probably pretty happy with these map picks here.
Yeah, we were actually talking to Coach K right before this, and we were told that Bind is probably the strongest map, but Corrode was also up there for debate, just off of what we've seen. So if it does come down to sunset, it would be a little surprising.
It would be liable to get wacky, but now we're kind of seeing what these teams are thinking here in terms of this composition. Teo coming out for the Broncos, not something you typically see, and it looks like, in fact, there really isn't anything in common other than these controllers, just almost completely different angles of how you want to play this one for each team here.
Yeah, we've seen the Broncos deviate from that Sky comp and towards Tejo because the Yoru can just do all the things that Sky really does, get that information and those flashes. Yeah, these comps just really are quite different. Instead of having the Yoru op for you, you have the Chamber. Like, the roles are still filled here. It's just how you fill them.
It's interesting, though, because even though Kaz and Daimyo, they're playing the controllers, the characters you want to keep alive for a long time for their utility, both of those players can give you 20. Like, that's something that the Buckeyes are definitely going to have to contend with, is any player is liable to just go crazy, and you can't really take a round off. You just don't really... don't have the space to afford that.
Yeah, and something we see a lot is Kaz just holding like that short angle here on Bind and just playing for those lurk kills, and they've been so impactful. The Viper pick gets up very often.
But we're going to get right into it now. Boise State Broncos versus the Ohio State University Buckeyes. Map 1 on Bind. teams looking to set the tempo and set the pace to keep their undefeated season alive.
And boy, this is the map to start it.
This is the only map that the Broncos are attack-sided first, so they're going to try and punch. And they're going to punch quick, and they're going to punch hard and try and get a couple rounds set out. I think the thing is, in Valorant, it doesn't make sense this way, but even in a really competitive game, there can be blowouts just based on the economy, so you can't let the economy slip.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why it resets at the half. It's very important, and the most important round, of course, is the pistol. It basically just decides 2 rounds, and if you go for that save and then rifle buy on the third one that we've been seeing, it can give you 4 sometimes.
The later rounds feel certainly more intense, but they aren't necessarily more intense as an early peek comes through. Skies out in the front, trusts the right click, but he gets taken down, traded quickly by Hamburger, who escapes into the smoky haze that I was mentioning earlier. But the flash comes through, and Hamburger's caught out by Daimyo. B site taken and given over, but the flanks are coming in quickly.
Ohio State is now 3-4, but that Sky being
Dez
so
is
low.
up quick. Dez is up really quick. Cause, do you know about it? How does Cause hit that shot? A flick, 180 degrees onto Dez. Maybe showing that we're not afraid of the Titans. Master holding forward. Bot has to creep through. Only 1 shot for both of these players, Waldy and Bot, splitting up. Looking for clues, but there isn't much to be found. It's all main and it's all Master. Gets Bot, and now Waldy stuck in tube. Not much to do, and Daimyo hunting, wanting the opposing Brimstone. Can he find it? The jump not quite found, but Master ready on it. Stun comes through, stuck inside tube. They're gonna take down Waldy with the knife. Team Ace round 1.
I need the replay code because
I need to see how Cause hit that shot.
How did Cause ever hit that shot? That was like 180 degrees just onto the head.
Head to rights, and as we noted already, I mean, a Team Ace, we were talking about how each player is liable to be that guy, but I didn't expect to be proven right so quickly.
Okay. And here you can see Daimyo saving. He's
looking to get the economy rolling in that way, but they're going to have to contend with early pressure up short. Buckeyes playing into it, but instead hearing the contact up showers, moving as a unit, creeping with 3. Really smart bomb buddy by Skies allows him to get safely into that smoke and hold with the Stinger, and he sprays everything. 2 quick kills for Skies.
And almost a third.
Dez taken so low, rendered down to 1 HP. Doesn't even matter if you have the Stinger, if you're that low, it's practically an operator at that point, but the reinforcements are on the way.
Out comes the smokes, and it looks like the site is just Boise State's.
Pat creeps out of heaven, gate crash set up by Master, looking to take an aggressive angle, and the spike finally actually coming down. Hadn't been down that whole time not ticking. Nothing given, nothing gained on each side here as Dez gets active and gets 1.
Oh my.
Crazy shot from Dez, but the rest of the team holds strong, and Skies goes for 4.
4 on Skies. The impact of that cannot be understated. The showstopper could come up this round.
Welcome back, King.
Yes.
Coming back with a statement. 5, like you said, 5-1. A death counts for an Ultorb, and now they could potentially play for both here.
Yeah, and getting the showstopper on this round can flip it and just ruin the economy for the Buckeyes.
Already they're set up in kind of the wrong location. If the B hit comes through quick enough, it could be dangerous. Skies, the one to creep up, still Stinger in hand.
And creepy does, but
once again, look at Dez.
Already so fast on that flank.
Hamburger playing with fire, and pays off, doesn't get burnt, and instead takes down Master. Easy kill, about as easy as you could get. Cause through the teleporter tries to group up with the rest of the team, but they're going to have to slow down and think about this one a little harder.
And with that Viper wall still up, it could be popped at any second and create some uncomfort for the Buckeyes.
High-low, Pat is holding, and Pat is getting Skies. 1 taken down, and he has to run. turns tail and tries to get the reload through on the Outlaws. Dez holds strong towards box, one and done. Skelesis trades that out, but there's still 4 players to contend with. Incendiary stops the plant for a little longer as Waldy gets a little too creative. Hold on, that's a rifle given over. Skelesis takes that one and back onto another 2v2, but it's being held. Hamburger is in hookah ready for it. Cause, do you know, goes in, baits, but Hamburger holds strong for the 3 kill, and Ohio State gain composure.
Now, on that round, you may have not seen, but Ohio State's pre-round setup was they were fighting for both ult orbs just to deny that showstopper. And now, this was just wicked work by Kaz here.
Still, I mean, Ohio State almost gave that one a little bit. If Hamburger didn't have such an insane play, holding, not rotating, knowing that the teleporter is possible, that one could have gone wrong. I don't think Waldy needed to die there.
No, not at all. Out comes the guiding light, and it gathers.
Good information, but Daimyo might be in trouble. Flash comes through. He doesn't even know quite yet about the play. Dez gets one and gets back safely. Master gets his information, but doesn't come out too far yet. Pat, operator already, 4th round. He's got it on the angle. Master creeps past. Ready. Does he consider the gate crash here? It's an interesting proposition, but he does not want to do it quite yet. Skelesis up on site, but the spike still isn't down. Good stun allows Master to creep out, get a better position up towards bench. Holding heaven, Dez is the one to test it, but the timing so unfortunate for Skelesis. The worst possible time. He looks away and over Master's head. There's too much to look at. Ohio State even the score, 2-2.
Now the convergent paths is online, as well as that op. It's going to be a lot more particular is the word I would use for how Boise State is going to have to address this attacking half.
Well, every angle is potentially a problem now.
Yeah, but the thing is we have that Viper wall. We can throw it in other spots than just there, and all of a sudden the op is nullified.
It's an interesting adaptation for sure. Something that's difficult to make in the moment, but that's the stuff that could potentially win you the round, just like Kaz's position here. If he can hold towards 3, they're running him down quickly, trying to get in. Trailblazer stuns him up. Dez spraying, can't find him. Skies with the showstopper, trying to find anything. Gets one through the teleporter spray. Not quite there. So low, right click. Do you have it? Not quite. It's Hamburger's right click instead. Kaz still alive on the flank, getting tested. Out gets Hamburger quickly, watches for the second, but it's Dez to the right. Does he expect it? Not quite enough, but Master in the smoke. Waldy timing, crazy timing, and it's not quite enough. Just an insane round, adrenaline high, and unfortunately Boise State can't come out on top, but that was their save round.
Yeah, that very much so was a save round, and it was getting really close. So now that rifles are on the board, as well as ultimates, we're going to see if the Broncos have anything cooked up. If I had to guess, it would have something to do with Master's ultimate, the Dimensional Drift.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if they played towards Shower just to get that orb and use it to get some more information. Unfortunately, they have to contend with both controller ults. So valuable on this map, and they have to contend with the push as well. Skelesis and Master tested already. Waldy and Dez take their space, and they're not willing to rent it out quite yet. Daimyo holds towards Hookah, gets the utility out, lets them know someone's watching. Shenanigans will not be accepted here, but it slows down here into a classic bind default.
Yeah, just wait for the defender util to come out before you can really do anything. And that Brimstone smoke is stopping any sort of shower push that we might want.
I think you could just kind of tell how much the Broncos want this round. They're not willing to do anything crazy, knowing that if they don't win this one, the economy is looking bad going forward, but someone's going to have to take an angle eventually, and that someone is Skies. Creeping in towards long, Hamburger ready, and he not quite gets it, but the second flick is on point, and that is a great kill to get. So important. Utility now not on the board, and instead the push coming in towards A might catch the Buckeyes on their back foot here.
30 seconds left.
Oh goodness, Armageddon comes through, orbital strike matches, screen filling with colors, and Dez fills the kill feed, gets one quickly onto Master, traded out, Skelesis in the incendiary, running, gets backed up by Cause, but Pat, one on the back foot still. The plant does come through and evens into a 2v2, 55 HP on Skelesis, peeking towards the op. Out goes the Viper's Pit, but Pat isn't ready for the swing. Bots in though with the shorty. Cause, are you ready for this? Both bullets go, and Cause cleans out the kill to back 3-3 here.
That Viper's Pit coming up off the plant was so crucial to that round.
It drew the attention right here.
Yeah, look, he just immediately starts running towards the site after he hears the Viper's Pit, and Pat just gets one tapped.
Yeah, I mean, you would infer that both players playing inside it, but instead, Skelesis just always been a master of those timings, just catches Pat completely unaware, and that's not, I mean, can't afford another operator unless you count the tour de force.
Yeah, the tour de force is being used this round.
And it's actually going towards Shower. I mean, surely the Broncos know something's up. There's been a smoke there every round. Surely you know that the tour de force is on the way, but Skelesis doesn't quite know. And he pays the price. One early kill taken out of the round. That's a lot of information from the Teo. And more information towards B long. Sky's position noted. Things get odd here now as the spike is still left in spawn.
Portal closed.
It's hard to say just commit the Yoru ult until a pick happens. That's just what the Broncos are looking for.
Sky's up once again. So much space taken. There's no tripwires on this team other than the trademark Waldy. So low, the paint shells might get it if Waldy can't escape. Perfect. Hunts him down. Three-pointer. And Cause gets one on the other side of the map. Now the dimensional drift comes through. Cause one more. Who needs the ult?
And Master's gonna look for some information here.
Ooh, just about doesn't see. Bot, though, actually does. Spots it, pops out, but it's all a bait for Cause to creep in instead. Bot bides his time and waits for the flank. Hamburger's up, and Hamburger got Skies still traded out quickly by Master, and now a 1v3. What can Bot do but die? Master takes it down to get the lead on the score.
And that round really came down to just the Broncos' ability to get the kills back. Because once you have that kill and you kind of know where the op is, you just pop Dimensional Drift, and then he's dead.
Oh, and as we can see, these are all the different games going on right now across the league. Interesting. It looks like lots of bind, actually. Seems to be the favorite of the first maps, but Michigan State currently leading Nebraska. Both the games just out starting up. Kansas leading against Minnesota as well, and PEC, of course, very competitive. You can see in all these games, like, just it feels like every team is like not out of the mix ever. Like any round, any given game, feels like there's a chance for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, those are all very even.
Look at on stage's play right there. Trigger Discipline through the smoke in the top right. It's taken down. Baylor putting up quite a bit of a fight so far against Utah, actually.
Yeah, there's just a lot. They're all so close. It seems like Bind is the least offensive map for sure.
And, I mean,
look, the new agent's being played.
Of course, that was a timeout in this game called by Ohio State. And, I mean, I almost don't even know what they were talking about. It seems like they've almost played, like, they've played really well so far, and still the Broncos are finding a way to get these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of things that they could be thinking about is maybe how they're going to rotate this op, because once the op is found, Cause just swings and one-taps.
Speaking of Cause, has a chance against Dez. Does he expect them to be so close, though? Waldy, it's a nice aggressive smoke to take the space, but they don't really need to push this. Instead, they can bide their time and wait. Two players so aggressive on the other side of the smoke. Once this drops, this could be a firefight. Cause, shorty in hand, gate crash comes through, and smoke replenished, but they want to go anyway. Flash goes through, Waldy taking spray, not quite found, but that's why you have Cause to trade. And A-site now quite open as Skies pushes the tempo.
We're already in lamps.
Oh, but Bot has a chance swinging through the smoke. Skelesis doesn't quite expect it, but it's actually Cause to pay the price. Daimyo, good trade, keeps the advantage just a little longer. Only 2 more on this retake. Pat and Hamburger. No sniper now in his hands. Skies posts up towards U-Haul.
And look at the agents alive on the side of the Broncos. We have the Tejo salvos, and we have the orbital strike. That's a lot of stall. Ohio State's got to play real quick now.
I actually misspoke. Pat does have the operator, but like you said, that might even be worse. Because look, Daimyo does not even have to play in the same area code. He can leave the city. Orbital strike can hit from wherever as soon as the tap comes through. In go the mines, gets off the first, and here comes the orbital strike. Actually, they can just save it. Instead, they just take the exit frags and get out as they get an easy round. Boise State now 2 in the lead.
Yeah, like you were saying, the op, it kind of almost sold a little bit there because the opportunity cost of losing the op is so high that you don't want to just go tap the bomb and die to orbital strike. So now Boise State gets to keep that win condition going for another round.
Well, and I'm honestly surprised we didn't note this earlier, but the Broncos have 4 players that can all play post plant and all throw utility on the spike, make sure it can't be defused. They've got the paint shells, the snake bite, they've got Teo mines and incendiary, so those post plants are definitely most likely going to go their way.
Yeah, pretty much every character, and the Yoru, like, you're probably expecting him to die at the, before post plant happens.
Again, playing this so cautiously, waiting for the utility, but Pat has changed locations. Are they ready for the operator? They have the drone to check. Now they know for sure as they actually decide to go in anyway. Clone comes through. Pat finds a sneaky little corner, but has to leave and taken down to 1 shot. Skies gets 1. In goes Master, pushing the pace through the smoke. He swings, trying to find Hamburger, but there's nothing more to be found as the Buckeyes duck back into the smoke. Oh, out quick is Dez, and Cause punishes it fast. Hamburger gets 1, but traded quickly. Now only Waldy remaining. Master wanting to hound him down. Operator in, and in he goes. Waldy's ready for it, but Daimyo is 2.
So, I think what happened there was, like when Pat was opping on that angle, it looked like there was a little corner he could stand in. He couldn't. He had to TP out, and the second salvo was on his teleport.
Good note. Yeah, Skelesis knew where the TP was as well and put the mine on it. Something I like to do with Phoenix ult, but doing it with Chamber is next level, man. That's the kind.
You have to time it for when he
presence.
presses it too.
Yeah, that's insane. And now, I mean, look at the economy. It paid off well.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot Ohio State can really do this round. Maybe they can use their ults to try and flip it.
But it's going to be Michigan State's actually leading Nebraska 5-0 now. And with every win that they get, it makes that victory that the Broncos got against them look better every week because that's the only map they've lost, or the only game they've lost, and they still haven't played Ohio State. And they've historically been quite strong against them, beating them very recently.
Yeah. Just, again, the level of competition is so tight here.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, just in general with Valorant, there's so many just incredible players who all want a chance to prove it. This is one right here, Skies, who's going to face the brunt of the attack. They called the timeout for this play, and Skies is the one to match it. Gets the first, and out goes the showstopper, and it gets him. So much damage. Dez now just has to retreat as Daimyo and Skies hold back against the brunt of the attack. Dez goes in and actually finds 1 and creeps out for the time being, but can't quite stop the bleeding as now A site has been taken and they can just wait for Dez to peek. Hold on.
That is a nice shot.
Can't quite count him out. Into the teleporter, you know where he is, but still they don't want to take that fight. Dez running forward, trying to get something in through backside. He gets another. Hold on now, 1 versus 2, but he's 1 shot. Just play off the tap of the bomb. Master waiting for the rotate to come through, but Dez is ready. Dez knows, but the timing is so unfortunate. Now Skelis is toying with his food, and he chooses to bite to get the Broncos to 7.
That round was a little bit of a heartbreaker for Ohio State, maybe. They had their plan, and then it got stopped by one man pretty much, who was supposed to call the fight, like pull the flank there.
Yeah, and that's just a tough call. I mean, there's just so many angles you have to account for if you're swinging into an area like that, like Fountain on B site. Because Daimyo and Skies were both holding for it. The flash came through, but they were ready.
Yeah, there's no intel initiator, so it's very difficult to trust that those angles are cleared.
Well, you can flash, but maybe it doesn't hit him. Players are good at dodging that stuff nowadays, but Pat has the operator back in hand and looking to make sure A main is blocked completely off. Dez goes through, taken down so low. Bot's going to heal him back up, but that's the armored Dez taken away, and they still choose to hold into this hookah here. But the Broncos slow down instead, not getting too creative yet.
Just waiting, trying to get that utility out. Kaz holding just literally a pixel.
He'll probably hit it.
I don't doubt it.
Like knowing him, that's good for him. It's like Curry 3-point range. In goes Master, dimensional drift out, gets all the information he could ever want, and into the smoke. Instead, maybe thinking Waldy was ready to turn on him, just chooses to gate crash back, but the rest of his team on the point. Skies ready for this smoke to drop. But he could be in danger, legged with the operator. Cause gets the trade onto Hamburger, and they want to go. But the flank is here, and the sight is not completely theirs. Pat is holding Master towards bench. But the peak comes through. So cautious if they give Pat too much. He can hit those shots, and in they swing. Waldy taking down Pat, trying to get something in through U-Haul, but he just gets a bullet. Master takes him down with the spike. Still needs to come through. Hold on, Dez and Bot hold strong. The plant just about comes through, and they can retreat. Skelesis, such a great position towards heaven. Flash buys a second for Master to creep up a little farther, wanting to fight, and catches Dez. So unaware, Bot, the only one left. Gate crash used now. They don't quite know where the sky is. Gate crash used, and he's holding. Barrel spotted. Bot pushing, finds the kill. It's all up to Skelesis. Armageddon in hand off the tap. In it goes. Bot can't quite stick. Has to hold. Skelesis, time running low. Playing with his food. Gets the first shot. Doesn't get the half. In he goes. Pulls the crosshair and shuts him down.
Every single time I see Skelesis in a 1v1 post plant, it is just the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. He knows exactly when the half is coming.
Especially in situations like this where they're trying to stick the bomb. Like, if it's Skelesis, it's just so unfortunate. He's always going to make you look like a fool in some way with that swing. Such a great game. Only 8 kills, but I feel like pretty much all of his kills have been like round winners.
They definitely have. At least half of them have been literally the deciding round.
Finally speeding up even faster towards Shower, but Master's so ready for Dez to peek this. And I guess Dez is ready for them to be watching. Draws the bullet, sees the enemies, and falls back now. But that's a lot of utility given already. The Buckeyes, that's the snake bite utilized as well, just off Sky's presence. Ooh, Hamburger timing through the smoke. Unlucky for Skies. Eliminated, but the rest of the team is getting aggressive. Waldy and Dez, are they ready for Cause? They're ready for Skelesis, but Cause gets the first, and Dez now has to retreat. Snakebite through.
Last player standing.
And oh no, Dez alone dodges the ult and hits a beautiful shot. And he has a chance now to isolate these fights. 45 seconds left. 2 coming into the flank, and he's so ready. He knows, but just about. The foot not spotted. Is he aware of the timing? Cause not quite. Hamburger catches him at a very unlucky time and makes it a 4-8 half. Buckeyes trailing.
And now we head into the defending half for Boise State. And I mean, with a comp of 4 post-plant characters, something that you don't think about is also that's 4 ways to deny the bomb from being planted. So it might be difficult for Ohio State to hit these executes without killing a lot of players.
They've got some ridiculous utility. Michigan State now up to 7-0. Kansas and Minnesota, a close game. We mentioned that one has some playoff implications, and it's close thus far.
Just hit 7-1 there on that Michigan State game.
Interesting. Maybe a comeback now. Because, of course, only being down 4 rounds, you're not out of it. You have to respect everything. Daimyo, frenzy in hand. Some would call that gun underrated. But the incendiary comes out, looking to just, kill as much time as he possibly can just by himself, but the flank is in! Skies quick on the first, and Skelesis, good kill! Now even has a chance to retreat, play his life. They get 2 and they get out. Dez taken down as well as an important player. Hamburger looking to go back the other way. Another standout performer the first half for the Buckeyes. Looking to take point in the smoke is the Viper. 2 Broncos here to receive the push. It's Master and it's Daimyo. Strong players ready. Both have interesting weapons to make this complicated too. The Buckeyes waiting for any sort of utility. They want more info before they go, but they don't get anything other than the wall to let them into U-Haul. Daimyo ready to receive it with the frenzy. Instead backs off, and Master's kind of getting crept up on now a little bit. Hamburger could potentially see him. Instead it's Bot around the corner, and Hamburger gets so much space. And one more onto Daimyo still. Cause is known to clutch these Skelesis through the teleporter as well. But they're gonna have to go big. And Pat is ready, Headhunter out, off angle held, crouching, but Skelis is cautious instead, gets the stun, Pat has to swing Cause and gets him, and Pat cleans it up. A pistol round goes the way of the Buckeyes.
And that right there is kind of a prime example of the trap of holding defense on bind. It looks like you just need 2 people to hold A, but it really ends up being 3 or 4 sometimes because there's more than 2 angles there secretly.
U-Haul is just really difficult to hold by yourself because if they push you, you can't get traded from any other angle other than someone else in U-Haul. So Daimyo kind of feeling the pressure backs out, but then lets Bot kind of get the angle there. Daimyo, quick peek. Hamburger no-scopes him with the Marshall. Good quick adjustment from him, but there's still 2 players here on the B side. Dez going in, doesn't know about the trade. In fact, just about gets out, but still, Master manages to get Dez with the Sheriff, making things even up a bit more at 4-3, but still, money is not in their favor, and the Buckeyes so much time to rotate here, choose to go towards A.
That does mean they might be giving a weapon over to Boise State, depending on how it plays out. Skies holding.
Ready for it. Ooh, Hamburger's good with that. Marshall picks up another on a quick shot, and Pat is ready as well. Only one more option for Master. It's the teleporter, but everyone knows where he is, and they are ready to swing at a moment's notice. First onto Waldy. Second, a chance. Guiding light in hand. They're stacked up, waiting for him to peek on the angle. 35 HP, guiding light comes through. The dodge, not quite. And Hamburger picks up a 3rd with that Marshall.
And now we are heading into the first round where the Broncos are going to have rifles. And it seems like Ohio State has a couple of rifles of their own to bring into this round, which might make things a little bit dicey, as well as Daimyo not being able to afford shield because Brimstone utility costs so much.
I certainly felt like in the first half, the mid-rounding of the Broncos was definitely kind of what allowed them to take over. And now that Ohio State's on attack, they have the chance to kind of set the tempo so fast that they can't even really do any mid-rounding. And that's what's happened so far with these early kills going through. Trailblazer gets the speed boost and looks to clear out Cause. It does, but Dez, quick on the angle. Takes down Cause to half HP. Still, the rest of the players are in. Dez gets a little aggressive, gets the info, and instead baits for the rest of the team to fall away towards A site here. Hamburger, 17 kills so far this game. A monster performance. Once again, looking to set up and be the first one in onto site. Wall goes up in Skies. A second chance. You were here last round. Can you do it? First found, but Hamburger's such a fast adjustment. The trade is quick, but one more through. It's Masters still. The trade is fast again. Dez cleans up on that. through the teleporter. Skelesis draws some attention, potentially for Cause to creep out. Gets one onto Dez. Pat noted now towards bench. Snakebite might clear him out, has to jump up. 2v2 now. Through, Skelesis has a chance onto the bench player. Only Waldy remains, trying to creep through towards CT. But Cause is so aware of everything and just sees him, but Waldy has the first shot. Skelesis 1v1, normally so good for it here. Here's the steps and delivers, but not quite. Waldy hits the shot, a clutch, and now the economy is starting to swing.
I think something that's maybe missing from Boise State's just defensive positions is they're not exactly in spots where they can trade each other. Look at this clip right here. Master's not able to find the trade. Of course, he swings and wins the 1v1 after, but you kind of get what I'm getting at.
I agree. I think you're correct of, like we noted in that round, both the trades so fast from the Buckeyes. Like, Dez was immediately on that as soon as their teammate was taken down. But now the Broncos looking to get a little bit more team support. Trailblazer goes through. They think they've got an easy kill, but the rest of the team is here, and Skies gets both. One through the smoke. Skelesis turning, takes down Dez. Hamburger still standing strong. Skies, be careful. Taken down so low as Hamburger evens things back out a little bit more. Still at large, back sight, looking to get an angle and actually looking to push down a player, knowing he has to make something happen, but Skelesis is ready and just eviscerates with the stinger. Only on to Pat. Spike not even in hand. Looking for the kills first before the objective comes through, but Skelesis is ready and notes Pat. Such good information. The health taken, but that's worth it. They now know how to play into this one. Cause watching, so ready, but Pat looks aware, but the barrel shows, and in they push. A thrifty round now. The economy swung back the other way.
And that is a trap play that we've seen from Boise State before, and I just like to see it a lot. Let's just throw a bunch of Teo salvos. They're going to walk into us and then deposit the 2 kills into our bank account.
It feels like a leprechaun trap, kind of. You know, like the leprechaun just can't resist the gold. Like Valorant players they can't resist the player in the corner. It's like, we got to get him. But there's more in tow waiting. The proverbial, like, little stick with the box that kind of falls down.
I see, yes. Skies is definitely on the hook there.
Quick push. Dez takes a bullet. It's good value. No util used, and Master once again actually a tradable spot as Daimyo's behind him. But Master doesn't even necessarily need him ready, but the flash comes through and actually TP's out. Daimyo pays the price, unfortunately, but there's still one here. Skies is ready, and Skies is delivering. Showstopper out, and that's good. I mean, it stops the push, makes them go back, but B-side is pretty open. Maybe Cause can get here before Pat comes out onto site. It looks like he's willing to play it cautiously. Dimensional Drift even invested to make sure no one's sticking around. Ooh, Cause has a crazy timing here. Pat didn't spot him. So if they push onto site, but Pat has a crazy timing too. Skelis is taken down. But I don't think they know Cause is here. The Incendiary, though, clears him, has to peek eventually. 6 HP, and Bot gets it. Now only on to 2. It's Skies and Master. Master looking to take his timing. Here's the steps. Doesn't even know they don't know about Master. But Waldy, once again, fast on the trade. Leaves only Skies.
Spike planted.
Quick scroll through the phone before it's time to clutch. Towards backside. He hears Pat jumping. But does he know about Waldy's position? Good shots. 50 HP now onto Pat, and they're lining up for a double peek. They're ready, but Waldy is the one to get it. And now 1 round off, even the Buckeyes looking to push back.
Ohio State really taking no chances there. Incendiary just thrown into Covey.
And that was such a great kill, too. Another good setup towards Shower, but I thought they were both out. Jaime was the one to get taken down, and Showstopper just unfortunate. Would have liked to have that one this round, probably, as Buckeyes have 5 ultimates here.
Yeah, and going into this round, it's going to be a tough
You
one for
want
the
to
Broncos
play?
on this
Let's
half
play.
bye.
Oh, early fight. Skelesis gets it, and Kaz gets another. Waldy tries to trade, and Hamburger actually does. A crazy fight, but it's now 2-2. And I think Daimyo's aware that they might want to go back towards A. Sheriff out, but does he know they're this close? He still might have a timing. Creeps back into Cubby. Will he get cleared? They look aware. But the wall comes up and they evade each other just about. Like a game of Marco Polo, they creep past each other as Hamburger and Pat go showers.
And this is kind of an unexpected angle. Unless if you're master, of course.
Expecting it heavily, but again, that wall, so incredibly valuable, lets them creep out onto site, but I mean, if you're Ohio State, I don't even think you expect the players to still be here, but Pat does, and gets a nice body shot. Viper's Pit committed, Pat still holding with the tour de force, Incendiary's pretty good, about half HP taken off. Master, not much to do, but face the pit here, has to try and creep in at some point and deliver with such a tough weapon, a Sheriff, but it's into the headhunter of Pat holding on, and he might walk right into him, right through the smoke. Pat claims it. Daimyo still has the rifle, has to speed up, a chance at the first, but Hamburger from backside stays strong and keeps delivering in this game. 23 now for Hamburger.
And now it's an even map. As we are going into our 19th round, Boise State setting up a bit of just a default here with B being the weak side, looking to grab that ult orb based off of that ping. Maybe trying to get the Viper's Pit online.
Yeah, I mean, they bought themselves a wide berth in rounds due to their performance in the first half, but now that berth is gone. Essentially 0-0 now with a much smaller margin of error. Skies has to face so much alone. 4 players coming through main. It's just Pat over towards Showers, which could be a deceiving play, depending on how late he wants to go. Re-smoke comes through, but the rest of the team is creeped up. They're already in U-Haul, and out goes the ult. Daimyo's been hit, out through the smoke. Pat pushes and gets 2. A beautiful spray transfer. Hamburger onto backside as well. Only now the teleporter used from Skelesis gets the first transfer. So good on the second through the wall. It's insane, but he still has 2 more to get as Bot handles Cause on the other side of the map. He does have time.
Look at his health. He can't even tap the spike, or the orbital strike will immediately kill him.
He can't even get out of that. He has to find the kills first, and he's going to get a chance. Towards bench, Waldy has no cover. They think he's still towards Showers, but the peak is a perfect time, and now Buckeyes have a lead in the game for the first time. Since round 5, actually. I looked at the meter, and not surprisingly, a timeout coming through from the Broncos.
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy play. I think what was going through Ohio State's head there was a very typical strategy on Bind is whichever side is the weak side, or the one with 2 players, you push up one of the extremities, and when they noticed that there was nobody on site, they figured it was the weak side and threw the convergent paths into Showers.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the adaptation is you want to play towards Showers, but then, of course, they gave up so much space. They let Dez get into a position to use the convergent pass to clean out Showers and set Pat up, and it almost just seems like these teams are kind of taking turns on who just gets like is slightly ahead of the other. And Michigan State, as we were talking about, commanding win against Nebraska. Other games still going on. Minnesota and Kansas still neck and neck. As actually Baylor very well, or they're performing very well against Utah, a tough team. Baylor still looking to get on the board. I noticed the top left and the bottom right are the same game. I was about to give a score on it twice. But this one going neck and neck as well. Boise State trailing by a point, but they're not out of this yet. But they are finding themselves a little short of change in their pockets.
And so they buy Stingers, Sheriffs, and look for this trap play maybe again?
But Pat is ready instead. This round, holding, waiting. But is he ready for the flash? It comes through and Skies catches him. Last second, that's a gun and no one even there to fight it. Master upgrades himself quickly to a Vandal.
And with that Vandal, Master could very well flip this round. Cause avoiding that Trailblazer is so big.
I almost would. Oh, and the flash too. I'd love him to walk up and maybe get a spot, but knowing he's in a untradeable position, he plays his life. It's smart to do. But Hamburger is walking so far up A. Skelesis ready for this. We've seen this 1v1 before. Skelesis did take it last time, but still, this could determine the round. Daimyo is behind him. But it's so sketchy. Hamburger's still looking to get more space, telling the team that A site's pretty open, guys. Maybe we can come over here. But Skies around the back has a quick flank. And I think the Buckeyes are starting to get boxed in a little bit. Time running low. In comes Skies. Might get a look onto Waldy, knife in hand. I don't think he expects him so close. Instead, holds this nerve. Actually, Waldy almost adjusted, but instead, now without the flank, the rest of the team can come in and deliver. It doesn't say it, but that was a thrifty and an important one. Now the score has been settled.
Dude, it feels like Waldy just kind of smelled him walking behind him.
That would have been insane if he got that kill, but it almost, the rest of the team holding strong on the site there, and I like to see that. As like you said, or they were playing untradeable positions, and now they're double stacking in U-Haul. It's like, we'll let you take the site. You're not going to get rid of us in this little stronghold here.
And U-Haul's a very important little corner of the map.
Right here.
You often see Brimstone ult committed to it, which
oh man, they're holding Hamburger so hard.
This round Brim ult might be used.
Oh, Dez is up quick on the Master. Trailblazer stuns, but Dez had already gone back. Recalled, and Hamburger is instead facing the push. Skies shuts them down and looks to get a bit more space, but actually just taking their one, they're going to chill out and reinforce the other sites. Make sure that they're not giving up a free push later in the round.
And Kaz just sitting here patiently on this really tight angle, really only looking for information, not a kill.
But a kill could still be on the cards. Barrel spotted, and Kaz is ready. Good reaction from him onto Pat. That's the lurk taken care of, and B site is a lot less appetizing if you're a Buckeye now, knowing that Kaz is still at large. But they're going to test the waters. They've already been punished, but they're trying to maybe bypass Kaz once more. But instead, Orbital Strike baiting onto A. But Kaz hasn't moved. He hasn't budged. Orbital Strike fools no one. Kaz instead ready for the peak and ready for all the smoke. Takes down bot, and one more is still potentially on deck. Dez has crept through onto site. But time so low. Skies now an important fight onto Waldy. Waldy actually gets it, and now might be able to plant the spike. Dez gets another. Hold on now, because can maybe stop the plant from coming down. 4 seconds. Instead, the Armageddon comes through. Dez taken down, and the spike had to come through or they lost. And Skelesis played it to perfection. Kaz standing back sight and letting the Broncos take the lead.
That is an anchor if I've ever seen one. Just one man on site holding the same angle, literally just clicking the enemies and winning the round.
And there's a term in Valorant for when you think so hard about a strategy that it kind of backfires. It's called overcooking. And I think that Orbital Strike might have been a bit overcooked. They tried to use it to fake, but Kaz literally did not move a single inch when the Orbital Strike came through.
Well, the thing as well is they ran the timer so low because Waldy was the one with the spike, and he hit the Orbital Strike basically standing on top of it.
Ooh, Master, the one with the operator now. Hamburger's in a really good spot, though. The push so fast, but they're watching for it, knowing when that wall drops, someone could be waiting. It's Skies, and it's Daimyo. Bomb Buddy somehow actually dodged by Hamburger as the push comes through on the other side of the map. Kaz gets Dez, and Skies finds spot. Hamburger stands strong towards the A site. As the rest of the team has come through B, Master just about creeps out with his life. Skelesis dies now, evening it up, but the dimensional drift comes through. Information gain, Pat gets one, out quickly with the shorty, backside with the operator, it's not enough, only now on Disguise, smoked off, jumping through, and that's all he can do. 11-11, the margins now non-existent.
This round, whoever wins it has a very good shot at winning the game, just looking at the economy.
And they're both in such uncomfortable spots too. If you look at the money, it's like a bunch of people who can just about buy without getting full utility, but I mean, you can't save this one, you gotta go for it.
Yeah, and it seems like the economy is almost dead even, but the Broncos have ultimates.
Cause is under a lot of pressure right now, even if he doesn't know it. Oh, jump spot might save his life, but he only sees one here. Flash comes through, and now he's gonna back off, getting chased down by Dez. And the rest are there too. Cause tries to get ahead of it, but instead goes to the ground. Master now the only one here to try and stop this push. Waldy is in quick, but instead takes his space and uses the incendiary to buy some time as the plant comes through.
Lots of utility being used to stall right now, but as it falls...
This is going to be the fight towards Elbow. Everyone stacked up and ready to go. 3 Buckeyes over towards it. Dez gets the first. Master trying to use some utility to get out towards backside. Gets one as Daimyo on the other side gets 2. Now only on to Master. He gets 1. 1v1. Flash comes through. On to Bot, but he can't quite find the shot. And Bot delivers for his team to get to match point.
And Ohio State has so many ults online. Now, something we are seeing is, just like as you were seeing the assignments, usually what we see is long, we have Cause there, and then we also have the Tejo jump scout, throw the concuss off of it, and it's just free kills every time. So I'm wondering if that play is going to be used, because I've seen it played quite often, but it looks like it might be the wrong round.
I think no matter what, the Broncos have to make sure that they can use all their ultimates here. You can't take them into next round. I'd like, even if you used it a little bit early, it looks like a hard A hit, faster than they've gone in the past. I don't know how ready Boise State is for this. Seekers come through, they're gonna clear towards Master. He knows he might have to take an aggressive play. Instead, he's been noted, and they're going on to him. Gate Crash saves his life, but Daimyo and Skies are still back sight. They can't be saved, but only with their own actions. Dez takes him down, and Bot in through the back. It's another orbital strike, comes through just in time, but Dez is claiming everything. Cause now 1v5, and Dez cleans it out with a one-tap. Ohio State winning as close as they can get without going to overtime.
13-11.
Insane game, competitive. That was Boise State's map pick. And we're going to have to see if they're able to come back and recover after that just heartbreaking loss. And oh man, look at that. That's insane. Every player delivering for the Broncos, but still, it wasn't quite enough. We'll have to see what kind of adjustments they can make heading on to another map that they're pretty historically strong on in Corrode, but all that will be coming to you after a short break, of course, so don't go anywhere.
Is your IT setup held together by duct tape and hope? Don't worry, Alpine IT Group has your back. We handle on-site support, service desks, cloud management, office phone systems, mobile device management, and more. And the best part, we can fix things remotely, so you can concentrate on your clients. Call Alpine IT Group at 1-888-720-4769 or visit alpineitgroup.com today. Scaling success together and completely duct tape free.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
Love Powers Up Pokey. Thank you.
Shout out Powers Up Pokey, feed us lunch. Appreciate y'all.
Just finished feeding the football team. Always a pleasure. Go Broncos.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, where so far the undefeated matchup is living up to all the hype that we've given it. I mean, Ohio State barely able to get the first map 13-11, but we're going to go on to Corrode next. But first, we do have a little treat. Of course, everyone loves them. The Boise State On It trading card packs. They just, as soon as they hit the streets, it's all anyone has wanted to talk about. And you have one more chance to get those cards. It'll be on the 20th. Come watch a game, get in the seat, and you'll get a pack. And I have one right here that I'll open up just for the love of the game, the advertisement, so you can see how cool these are. So,
and
see
they
what I get.
They really are splendid.
True. I'm looking for more Zacks, man. They're hard to come by.
More Zacks.
There aren't too many of them in circulation. They're pretty rare. Oh, this is a cool angle that we've got here, the pack opening angle. All right, so of course you've got the front, and then, all right, there we go, okay. Eric. Oh, Strider, my tank. There we go, Prestige, always a good card to get. Nolan, Smash Bros aficionado. Ooh, there's Skies, that's a good card. Oh, Strider again, that's a tough pose. Nolan again, wow. Getting a lot of good cards. Lucas!
Oh, Lucas card.
Is a good pull. I don't see a ton of him. Let's see. What's our rare one?
Oh.
Ooh, it's Gil. A nice City of Boise, 2 of 15. That's a rare card. Another Skies. Cause, of course. I love that picture. He looks so tough in that picture. He looks pretty tough in that picture, too. And then Paddock. And one more. It's Will. Hex. And then, so, I mean, you could just see how cool these cards are, man. You have a pack, too? You'd like to open?
Of course I do. Here we go. We can open it up.
Let's see it.
I always have trouble opening these up, so.
It's okay. It's okay. That's why we got you here
Try.
casting instead of a professional pack opener.
Yeah, I see. I see that. And then it's the plastic, which is going to be quite
Why are you're commentating like, yeah, we've got the plastic
okay,
here.
sorry. I'm just hyped, okay?
All right, let's
so
see what you got.
I need to find the camera.
Oh, there you go. That's a good angle.
There we go.
Right there.
So right here, we of course start off
Lyric.
with Lyric.
Oh,
Korai.
Also rare currency.
Very loved card. Preston here. A
Ooh,
prestige.
Another prestige. Love to see it. Sprub, college football legend.
Of course.
Lyric again.
Indeed. And Nolan.
Nolan again. That's a good card. I like that. Oh, old haircut Wyatt.
Old haircut Wyatt.
Oh, I recognize that name. I recognize that name.
Oh, City of Boise.
Skies, let's go.
That's a nice card to have there.
Silly pick, Tyler.
The PEC National Championship.
Looking to get back there.
Of course.
Travis.
Here we got Travis, the jungler. Oh,
Anthony.
And Paint Liquor. Always got to call him by the IGN here.
And Strider.
Once again.
Nice. Unfortunately, no Zax, but you could just see how awesome those cards are. You know you want them, and you only have one more chance to get them. It'll be on November 20th. Come to our featured home game, and you can get yourself a pack of these cards. You know you want them. Everybody wants them.
I want them.
Just they're like a currency around here now. You can use them as like bribes, like, well, I mean, not necessarily a bribe, but like, oh, you want to do like a little bit of my work? Like, here's a pack.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, okay, we got it. But I mean, now we're back to the game at hand. I mean, only a 2-round differential, about what we kind of expected going into this one. I mean, I did give the little disclaimer, of course, like, oh, you know, sometimes it can be a blowout, even against good teams. But no, they're living up to all the hype. Barely getting past is Ohio State, the Buckeyes winning. And I've got good news and bad news for the Broncos. It's that we're going to Corrode. That's a good map, but unfortunately, Ohio State is attacking first, and they just won like 10 attacking rounds.
Yeah, that is something to think about. But again, Corrode's a different map.
It's true.
And the attack is it's less of just wait. It's more of you have to actually actively try and get space. And we might see very similar comps coming out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, it looks like it can't be a mirror because the Vise is locked in, but other than that, both teams looking to do something very similar. Of course, Viper's so strong right now.
Yes. And the only difference here is Yoru versus Vise. And the merit of why you pick these two agents, it's for two different things, right? Because with the Yoru, obviously the flash is better on Yoru.
Yeah, for sure.
But Vise brings that Razorvine, which can control a lot more space.
Absolutely, but now the Broncos' undefeated season hanging in the balance against the toughest opponent that they've had thus far. Down in the series, but there's a chance. It's a best of 3. They just need to win this one before we go to sunset. But it's all going to be sorted out here on the streets of Corrode. Broncos looking to set themselves apart as the strongest team in the PEC, but they're going to have to prove it right now.
They're going to have to prove it. Yeah, exactly.
Right now. Especially on the Pistols, because they've been struggling historically a bit with the Pistols. I don't have an exact number, but they probably win like less than half of their Pistols.
Yeah, the vibe, the Nathaniel vibe stat is around 35.
I'm gonna make up a number.
35 to 40% is what it feels like.
But we have watched all the games, so if anyone would know, it would be us. And historically, I mean, we talk about how the Pistols the strongest round, and they did get 1 out of 2 last map, and they're looking to push that lead. They go in quick towards A, but they clear everything. But it's all the Fugazi, because they're all towards B site. Cause actually committed a shorty, standing tall. Skelis, good transfer. Waldy punishes him, but 1 is more than you probably could have asked for out of him, and Dez taken solo too. Cause is ready for their exploration. No way! 2 kills, not quite the 3rd. Dez is still alive. Be careful. Flash comes through though. Master finds it. He gets a little silly on the spin, and that is the pistol round we're talking about.
And that's kind of plays into what we were saying earlier. The the comps are the exact same in idea, which means Kaz knows exactly what they do on pistol round, so he's just going to do, well, what would I want to not see
I'm honestly
on pistol?
surprised he didn't get like a collateral there with that shorty shot. They were lined up so well. That's like such an insane gamble to pay off, because imagine they just go to the other side.
He had the classic on the floor.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
yes,
smart as well.
He's
Oh,
smart,
Master,
he's smart.
ready to go.
Oh!
Gets one, and now ready for more. They're all so low, I don't even know if they want to peek it. Instead, they take their time, let Master get the reload off, but he's not gone quite yet. Sees an arm, but Hamburger plays it perfectly. The Outlaw can be retrieved if Skies chooses to, but instead he goes in and gets the trade, gets his get back for his friend. And he gets the reload as well. Now back towards site, it's him and Daimyo holding, but Pat has crept pretty far forward here. Has an angle that they might not expect, but Daimyo expects main. Shots can't quite be found. It's only now Skies on site. They could group up on him, but there's other options of weaponry at his feet. Instead, he actually gets a good timing, and that's a lot of information. He now knows that they have to be towards site or completely rotated out. And it looks like the Buckeyes are actually trying to go through spawn here.
Skelesis hitting these scans, but he's seeing nothing.
Instead, they just search a little to try and get more space, but they're in such a weird spot. I don't know. I don't think the Broncos know they're here, but as soon as the spike comes down, they're gonna know.
And if that Outlaw gets in the hands of Ohio State...
Oh yeah, wait, they got guns now. They walked up and they've taken the Outlaw. Well, they're looking to right now. 10 seconds, collision, inbound, and Skies and Skelesis, the ones to find everything as they take really powerful weapons into this next round.
That almost went to disaster there on that round.
They almost left. They were like two seconds away from just leaving and going to the other site.
Something I want to make everybody aware of is Master tends to buy the Outlaw on this map, sit on this angle, and then just get 4. He does it one time every time on this map.
He's good for at least once every series. And yeah, he loves to play that's how he chooses to play the Yoru. And you were talking about the differences between the comps, and that's like a big one.
Yeah, having the ability to rotate your sniper so fast.
Oh, wow, they're up mid-quick. Dez, are you ready for the smoke? Not even a little bit, actually. Runs through the wall. I thought he'd taken a lot of chip there, but instead, it was just the wall. Nothing gained for either team except pretty much all of A-side. Hamburger gets Master, but Master still finds a very important shot. Takes Hamburger down to 10 HP, allowing Cause to get really far up with the Spectre. This is a good sight to have to play with an SMG. The rest of the team slowly creeping through mid. It's just Cause's job to play this one slow here, I think.
And with the Snakebite still online, a good timing can be found.
Oh, this is a crazy crossfire, and Hamburger is so good with that Guardian. Waldy gets this one as well, and not much to do for Cause, but swing. Skelesis looking to get a bit of damage on the way out, but Waldy says no. And instead it's a flawless shield damage done, but that's just about it for the Broncos.
And now we are going into our first rifle round, except Skies might disagree with me.
Operator
for
round.
that operator. And it just depends on where we plan on posting it.
Yeah, we had mentioned, or you had just mentioned, that Master likes to take the sniper and do that peek, but instead, Skies taking over his job. Even Master just kind of hit the drawing board, try and find something else to do. As he takes his position towards A, Hamburger would be the one to test. Dez, good damage. Skelesis chunked down about half HP, but Skies finds Hamburger, such an important early kill. They want to creep through the smoke, but they're not quite ready, and Skelesis is. Finds it, and out goes the Prowler. Dez spotted, noted. Seas comes through, so much utility used to hold the Buckeyes at bay, and this fight might be the important one. I don't know if Cause spotted Pat's leg or not. It would certainly be close, but Cause looks ready as the reinforcements come through. Holding this site strong with the Phantom. Rest of the team now in tow. Buckeyes coming through, looking to make their push as the clock ticks down, and Cause kind of just feeling that something's not right. Doesn't want to get caught in the execute, instead falls back, but he might have a crazy timing. They're trying to walk out, and out Cause goes. A free kill onto Dez, and still Skelesis is backside getting work done, and it's him and Cause flawless right back as Boise State lead 3-1.
Something we're noticing is Ohio State's tendency to just hard push mid. And that really is on the merit that they chose Vise. That allows that because you throw the Razor Vine into A link and all of a sudden
you just can't
fight mid at all. There's nothing to really be done.
And like you said, I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like you said, it's a different map. Like I was like, oh, like be careful. They get their attack site again, but you said it's a different map, and we're seeing that right now as they're forced to slow down, and that's where the Broncos want the tempo. I say that as they speed right up. Cause caught by the stature 8 and gets one more to boot. Great shot on the Master of Skelesis. A chance to get it back, but Dez just shooting through the smoke gets 3. Opens the round wide up so quick as Dez now starting to show a bit of that form that we've come to expect from them. Practically busting the round open by themselves as Hamburger gets the last, I think, a full house. The 2 strongest players making themselves known.
And they let that operator burn.
Oh yeah, they didn't even pick up the op. Instead, just letting it go to waste, knowing that the Broncos can't buy it again. They want to kind of take that mid space, and the operator is something that can normally stop that.
Yeah, and the op also just, it doesn't really play well in Ohio State's comp. They want to creep up slow and then just explode. And the op really doesn't allow you to do that.
Put your bet in now if Master gets 4, because it looks like he's going for his signature play. Standing and waiting for the pressure. He's standing tall, holding with the gate crash setup. Dez goes through. Daimyo doesn't fall for the crosshair, and he sprays 2. Beautiful headshots through the box. He tries to maintain. He knows one could be behind him, but it's Master. Clears that, and now he can look main. Daimyo standing strong with his Yoru swinging through. Picks him up, and another! Daimyo, flawless round. I called the 4K, but from the wrong player, I suppose.
Oh my. And something, I think it was Kaz that said this. It was when Daimyo starts shooting and hitting those shots, the game becomes 10 times easier. And you can see exactly why.
Dude, nerves, he didn't even flinch. Dez just flies through his screen. He literally does not even flinch.
It was like
he knows
that situation 12 times before.
So prepared, and he's got his ultimate now if they want to choose, but I get they're running the round back in the same way, and Master's the one to deliver this time. Paranoia's so good, kind of slows down the push, and the Buckeyes thinking about if they even want to go here. The blue crew, Yoru and Omen holding strong, and now that's the Dimensional Drift online after that kill. Oh, and Skelesis holds towards mid as well. Now the options, I mean, they're running out. Only 3 players just moving in a group. No space on the map. And they're going to test Skelesis, it looks like. And he's holding again, ready for another. He's being tested, but he's delivering. He is passing. Hamburger catches that, but no spike in hand still. Actually gets a crazy aggressive timing. Pushing forward. Is Daimyo ready for this? Not quite. And Hamburger wants another. Peeking and gets it. Hold on, Hamburger. And when the fights isolate like that, you can't write them out. But the spike has been noted. Perfect use of the orb, though, to get around it, and Cause shooting gives away his position. Hamburger wants the fight, tries to find it, and Cause delivers against the opposing Viper. It got a little sketchy, but still, the Broncos get to 5.
And they knew about Cause before he even shot, because I don't know if you saw, he started knifing the wall. Just
honestly, probably trying to bait for
Skelesis, but that orb was just too good. And now it's an eco round.
I have to say, though, the Buckeyes have some scary ults, like online right now and just in general in that composition. Like, other than maybe the Omen ult, all 4 of those are ones that can win a round single-handedly for you.
Even Omen with the Nightfall Master on his favorite weapon.
A main is a demilitarized zone right now. You can't walk through without getting punished. As the Buckeyes try and creep towards mid, not much else to do other than slow down and wait for them to be open and try and get some peeks here, but not really much to be found. They hear the jump spot, but it's really just a bait for Skies in this corner. Cause jump spotting sees 2, but Skies now ready. They haven't turned, but Dez actually gets one. Trigger discipline pays off though. Cause and Skies 1 apiece. It's still bot back towards there. Then Skies jumps out on him, draws the crosshair as the paranoia comes through. But Pat has crept through mid now. As that wall drops, Pat could have an angle if they're not quite aware. Pat gets one. And creeping out towards backside, Cause. Seen too early, bot. Playing the angle so carefully, but Skies knows he's there and gets the first. Only one now, backside Pat has to peek and Skies hits the shots.
There are so many ultimates on board. I'm expecting a lot of colors on my screen.
Yeah,
in this
timeout
coming
comes
round.
through, and I like that because it gives you like a second to breathe, because there's going to be a lot of yelling and a lot of explosions next round.
But on this timeout screen, we just saw a lot of red pings towards mid, which might give you a hint as to what's going on.
Oh my goodness. This is like the red zone quad box, but like just crazy. So much going on. Michigan State looking again. Like, it looks like they're definitely going to take this one 2-0 against Nebraska. Like I said, every week, making the Broncos look stronger as Michigan State solidify themselves as like a strong 3rd team in the PEC this season.
Yeah, and I remember that game. Very exciting.
I mean, it's like this one. Of course, we always just say it as like a narrative point, you know, of like, oh, like, can the Broncos sustain like the mental damage of getting that close but losing and now you're on the ropes? And every time, I mean, they prove that they can, but I still pose the question. This time, I mean, a potential 10-2 half is on the board here.
You know when, like, you lose the first ranked game and you say, just warm-up game?
Yeah.
Sometimes it just genuinely feels like that with this team.
Well, and the thing is, play styles kind of go between maps as well, so the things you've learned in the last game can still go over. Skelesis has learned that mid is his territory, creeps up so far and gets one. A good kill, smokes out of the round. It's bot, but he's traded quickly by Pat. Nightfall comes through. Daimyo tries to get ahead of it, but can't quite. Skies takes down one more before the trade comes through, and Daimyo, unchecked, has just crept in this corner and has a chance. Waldy, quick shot though. Good adjustment. But Master backside sniper in hand gets the first and pops the ult to escape. Notes Waldy, will he try and take him down with the shotgun? Instead just uses it to clear the space, but I mean, he's walked back and he's kind of in a weird spot now, almost where he started. But he's regrouped with his teammate Cause. Rifles in hand, still 2 blind sides. As the first goes out, it's gonna hit onto Waldy. Oh, but there goes the Vice ult. They try and push ahead of it, but they can't quite find it. Cause actually escapes. Hold on, a chance has been delivered. Haunt shot out, rifle is out, but the double peek works in the Buckeyes' favor. And they did at least get a few of those ultimates out if they were going to lose that round.
Yeah, Ohio State having arguably like the 4 strongest ultimates in the game here. Maybe not Waylay, but still just very, very, very risky stuff. And last round we saw Master was trying to grab a rifle there, I believe, but
yeah, if you have a gun,
you have to drop it before
you
ult.
can't drop your gun in the ult. So unfortunately, had to stick with the outlaw. But the Buckeyes still not getting complacent with what worked. still looking to change things up, and they're going to run into Skies once again in this kind of crazy angle. It's hard to be traded, and he's been spotted. Might have to dash out. Dodges all the utility, but he gets flashback sight. Nightfall goes through, tags onto Dez. Haunt spots Skies, but instead they just fall back. But still, Viper's Pit committed from Cause. As the rest of the team runs, oh man, Bot, a crazy flank. I don't know if they're quite ready for him. Dez towards mid. Bot is now creeping towards backside. A gets shut down, and Daimyo, the one next up, they're going in, but they don't see him. Daimyo can spray somehow though. Dez gets past it with 1 health and gets more. A thief in the night. He never should have gotten those kills, but he did. And Skies takes him back down. A little notch convergent paths goes through, and Skies gets another. Now only 1 more. It's Pat, and he's offside. The stick can come through. Cause holding as Skies is defusing. Time ticking down. Pat can't get there in time, and the stick comes through. Boise State get the round and get up to 7.
I think at the end there, Pat thought, like, he just thought that the wrong person was the person defusing.
Yeah.
And that's just something that that happens.
Yeah, just at that point, you know, you just gotta run if you're Pat. Instead, he just chooses to walk, and the spike defuse comes all the way through. Dez never should have gotten that kill, but it works out in their favor. And when you can win the close, the messy rounds like that, you're in good form.
And especially with an op on your side into Sheriffs.
Oh, wow. Aggressive peek, not something we've seen out of Skies this game so far. And his presence deters. Waldy does not want to go any farther into that. Skillus also getting in a sketchy location. A rifle could be given away. Has to eat the haunt, but gets one. Somehow it gets another. Skellus, how are you hitting that? Skies holding strong, making sure the Vandal can't go into Dez's hands. And it's only 1 left. Hamburger gets shut down as well. A decisive round win for the Broncos. Look at Skies, man, taking over.
Yeah, and the fact that he's changing, like, his play style kind of just in the middle of the game it's something that's going to throw Ohio State off quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how Ohio State had kind of been described as like a little bit more predictable, right? And I think we're seeing a bit of that right now. As it seems like they kind of have like 3 plays they've just been going between. They have the A push, the default, and the B push. And like it can get a little bit more complicated than that, but still, in terms of set plays, the Broncos definitely have the lead. And Daimyo pushing up again, but it's Skelesis through the smoke. Instead, finding the shots, gets 2. Has to reload though, getting chased down by Dez, but the tether hits him and pulls him back. But Dez gets 2 through the tether. Good shots from him, but there's 1 more on this site. Instead, they're testing Master. Operator in hand. It's not really what you want in this situation, but he can get work done with it, believe me. Timing not on his side. They've crept through mid, and that is tough. Viper's Pit is going to make this difficult to push into.
Spike planted.
Master creeping through, almost gets a free shot onto Dez, but instead has to give away his gate crash. Actually a Vandal in the corner, set up for a situation just like this. Blindside goes through, and Cause through the pit evens it out now, 1-1. And Waldy is getting sprayed down. Hold up, they know. Waldy down to 1 HP. Snakebite goes through, that might kill. Waldy gets taken down, and they're past the Snakebite. Hamburger, they know where he is. Shotgun in hand, and they get it. Cause gets it. No way. The Broncos get 9 on the half. In an impossible round, they find a way to do it.
And this is a very, very important round. The 9-3 pistol round. If Boise State wins it, it's very difficult for Ohio State to come back.
And that's just, I mean, a 2v2 with like the entire site and all the corners covered in a Viper's Pit. And they just pre-fire the angles. They just know. What a performance and a dominant so far on this Corrode.
Yeah, very much so. And looking at the other games, we got Baylor versus Utah, 2-6 right now, also on Corrode.
Looks like Utah ended up taking the first map, as well as Kansas versus Minnesota. Moving on to Bind, Kansas got that victory, and we said, of course, those teams very close to each other in the standings. Kansas has a chance to kind of set themselves apart here.
Going into this round, already set up for a bit of an A push.
Utility's out, and it's out quite early in a fight given, but there's more there than I think the Broncos expect. Peaks coming through, Hamburger spraying through the smoke. Health traded, both waylays taken down so low. But the fight looks like it's towards B. Prowler spots Pat getting creative on the B site, getting towards an investigation on B, and the rest of the players now coming over for the hit.
And it's a bit of an anchor here.
Ooh, Pat almost taken down, but they know Util isn't really there. Skelesis has to go through the thorns, taken down to 40 HP, 10, but gets a shot before he perishes. Skies comes through, Classic, trying to get some work, but it's only on the Master. One player left the reload. Bad timing, and Waldy takes the pistol for Ohio State.
Something I'm a little confused about. Maybe there's just enough time, but Pat had a Razorvine on A, but was playing the exact opposite side of the map, B elbow.
That's true.
So I don't know how that got there.
Yeah, there is 20 extra seconds to set up on pistol. For sure, that could have been it. Or maybe he has like a lineup or something as well. Yeah, no, I just saw him land from spawn. So Pat has a lineup for the Razorvines on A as well as B. So providing value from both sides, making the push really tough. But they're going towards mid. Skies going through. But Dez gets one onto Master quickly. Daimyo trades it back. Skies only with a short. He has to try and get something. But it's just not enough. Only a Sheriff in hand. Daimyo getting ran down. Can't hit the shot. And Ohio State, unsurprisingly, get the second here after winning the pistol. But now rifles on both sides, or in the hands of the Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos have the rifles. And Ohio State has pretty comparable firearms still. It seems like the Broncos are thinking about a little bit of an A push here, but knowing that Razorvine is blocking both A and B site, I would say mid might look a little favorable for them.
Should be. I also think this A site hold, other than the util, it's only really one player. Hamburger is the one there. They're able to get past that initial burst of utility. They might be able to take him down. Flash committed. Master gets onto the angle. Hamburger peeking it, but it's ill-advised. Master's quicker. Takes out Hamburger right away, and the rotates have to come through. The map now spread thin for the Buckeyes as Skies creeps out onto site. Tries to get some utility before popping his get back, but instead Pat gets a timing onto him. Evens it up 4-4. And the round a lot more sketchy now. Good shot through the wall from Daimyo onto Pat. Chunks him pretty low, and the wall's been tripped. And in the smoke creeps Waldy, but Daimyo and Skelesis look too aware for that. Oh, they hear him running.
Oh.
But the Prowler spots Daimyo, probably going to keep them there longer, but maybe that's what the Broncos want. Daimyo now the one to sell the fake.
30 seconds
Sell he does. Not a lot of attention towards A, but as they make footsteps, it comes back.
But Bot's still here. The wall, though, stops what could be a crucial peek from Bot. But through the wall, though, Dez is ready to go. Through the wall, but Master delivers on everything. Beautiful transfer and just opens the site wide up. Daimyo even. Wow. What a shot from Daimyo. And that's what we see on the rounds where the Broncos win, is they really play that slow, methodical style just so well and account for everything.
Yeah, and they brought it down to the wire there. Only 9 seconds left.
That was a good pre-aim, too. He pre-aimed for the crouch. Crazy work.
Just ready for it. That's what you're talking about, though. Remember how the play style thing kind of, that transfers between games, so... Yeah. Knowing that they're probably going to go for a crouch peek is a little bit insane there.
Wouldn't put it past Daimyo, of course. Dez might be in a bit more trouble than they think. Master crept up, but Dez is more ready. Finds the headshot. Cause wants to trade it, but how much are you willing to risk? The answer might be too much. Dez gets the second, and now a 3v5 in only a few seconds. Skies creeps out backside once again, but it's Waldy around the back. Somehow Skies has a chance, but Waldy finally gets the spray to go his way. Now a 2v5, it's Daimyo and Skelesis, opposite sides of the map, trying to make it happen. But now, I mean, time is there for a play to be made, but Bot
just ready for it.
In the right position, Ohio State get around right back.
And something we saw last round, Skies' I forget the name of the refract, I believe. It just ran out as he pressed the button.
Oh man!
Because you can see he like doesn't.
Money's weird.
He didn't react to the person swinging him.
Well, actually, they choose Master buys Daimyo a rifle so we can use Dimensional Drift with the Bucky, try and catch someone out, and it's the only ultimate on board.
Have you seen the play that they're about to go for? Dimensional Drift, throw the Saturate on the person he finds.
Okay. Well, it has a very good chance right now. Dez goes in, and the rest of the team is noted as well. Master could come out and be right behind them with the Bucky if he so chooses. Creeps instead backside and chooses to live. But Dez pays the price still in the chaos. The kill has been found, and the Broncos can slow down. Cause gets another out mid, and it's like a reversal last round.
And that opens up the map quite well. The Broncos just need to figure out where it is that the two players are playing, or even if a site has to.
Like you said, knowing that they have to cover the rest of the map, they choose to wait for Waldy to go back towards mid, and they're just going to re-hit. And Pat is the one watching behind the box. Skies goes in and notes the player backside and trades it. Waldy still at large, though. Gets one. Skies low HP and low ammunition. Skelesis peeks. Cause good trade. And it's now a 2v1. Spike coming through, and Hamburger is up the flank. Moving slowly. An interesting position to note, but Skies in such a nice spot. I don't think you pre-aim this heaven if you're Hamburger. There's no way. As soon as Cause gets the information, the peek. Ooh, that timing was insane. Hamburger's out on site. Cause gets tested, and Hamburger finds it. Do these players know where each other are? Yes! Skies does! Hits the shot, 46 HP, but he could have been on one.
Something I just want to bring up is how the Dimensional Drift comes out there, and immediately Dez just goes in ready to fight.
Yeah, because you have to.
He knows that dying there is honestly better than just sitting and waiting to see what the Dimensional Drift might cause.
Cause?
Okay.
I like that guy.
A dork.
Oh man, they have just a really interesting buy. Ohio State, I mean, they know they have to win this one. Down so many rounds, they're trying to commit, but it puts them in a weird spot. Couple Sheriffs, couple Guardians, light shields. But they are able to get mid-space relatively unpunished. Daimyo spraying through the smoke, but Dez is ready to go. Gets the smoke is falling. Waldy in the same corner that found Skelesis, and they've learned, they've adapted, ready to watch for it. Daimyo gets one onto Dez. Flash comes through, but it's all just pressure. As up this many players, they can really just play it like they did last round and look for the weak link.
And it seems like this chain has a lot of links missing, as it's only 3 players.
Oh, Hamburger's going to peek ahead of this. This could be bad, but Daimyo trades it and potentially saves the round. What an important kill and upgrade as well for Master. A Phantom now. Gate crash coming through, but Bot holding ahead of it in such an interesting spot. Will they be ready behind this box? But they're clearing everything. They're checking their angles. Master gets taken down, and Bot gets another. Bot standing strong on this box. Cause needs to find it. What a shot! 1v1 though. Pat versus Skelesis. And crept behind the box. Skelesis, once he clears this angle, he's got to know where Pat is. The potential of him being anywhere. Scary, only 13 seconds, has to stick the spike.
10 seconds.
Clears out as much as he possibly can, and he's got to go. Pat takes the opportunity to walk up Utility committed. Ultimate used. Running in his Pat, but he's seized. Classic in hand, but he's low. Right click, lands. Skellisis wins it with the pistol. I don't need a Vandal.
Even through the steel garden?
Wow. I mean, I almost think Pat might have given it up with the footsteps, though. Because, I don't know, would you rather be the person seized or the person with a classic?
I think you would very well rather be the person with the classic. There's still one shot.
And I have to say, well, they tried to follow Doc's rules of checking the angles. They just didn't necessarily get the kill, but they did trust the right click, so I think it evens out a little bit. Like, you're not supposed to do that. There's like a failure where it should have been a success, and a success when it should have been a failure, but it now evens out. 12-6, they need one more, and they want it now. Convergent Pats lands onto Pat. Ooh, what a shot, though. Skies taken down to earth from where he came, but the rest of the team is on it. Daimyo gets the trade, and they want to win now. Viper's Pit, as well as the Nightfall committed from both sides. It goes out, Cause pushing the pace, Spectre in hand, knowing he can play these close angles, especially with Waldy so low. Prowler not found, double flank coming through now, as well as one from CT. Skellisis testing the flank, in he goes, gets the information, now falling back. Playing it safe as Waldy creeps through and gets one. Convergent Pats as well, finds Skellisis. Can he deliver? Dez is too quick, but Cause gets one. Standing strong inside the pit. It's only Cause, but this is where you want to be. Gun out, he's ready. Oh, but Dez finds the kill. And they stay alive. Ohio State, they weather the storm of all the ultimates to get up to 7.
I mean, that is almost exactly what you want to see from Boise State there, right? Like, we saved up our 4 big ults, and we just used them all on one round. And it just happened to play out the way that they weren't able to win.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was funny because we had praised the play of putting everyone outside the pit, or that one round they had Skellisis play outside the pit on bind, and I was like, oh, that was so smart, but that time it backfires because Skies has no one to help him when he gets all that pressure, and now the money's bad. Oh, but a quick push, Skies onto the paranoia Dez, but he gets noted by the util and has to fall back, and it's Dez the other way. 3 quick kills, as well as Pat getting one more information gained and Cause too much to deal with. Ohio State quickly get a flawless up to 8.
And the fact that those 4 kills all went to Dez is not a good thing if you're a Boise State fan, because the Convergent Pats is coming up this round, it looks like.
It certainly could, especially, I mean, some of those orbs, that B-side orb, if they want to play for it, it can be relatively easy to get. Instead, they kind of play the stack towards A. Not something we've seen out of them a lot, but the read might be there for the Buckeyes, as it looks like Dez wants to make a play. As the paranoia is in their hand, this could be bad for the Broncos. Paranoia comes through, Dez dashing in, flying, but both waylays instead falling away. No kills on either side, and that's a lot of footsteps that Cause hears behind him. Ooh. Daimyo's ready for Waldy. Ooh, but not quite. Reaction speed isn't quite that fast. Dez gets one onto Skies. Posing Waylay taking him out. And now the flank has come through too. Pat is up. And they've backed themselves kind of into a corner here. All gathered up in A main. They've got either a cross to deal with or lots of players on the flank. They want to go forward though. Skellisis getting stuck by the razor vines. Has to wait as the flank inches ever closer. Someone's gonna have to watch this eventually, but they go through instead, pushing the tempo. Bot gets one, as does Master. Another for Master. Bot has to fall back, but the flank is there. The flank is coming through so quick. Pat finds one. Ooh, but Daimyo trades it. Do they expect Waldy though? Now they do with the utility. Dimensional Drift comes through, and Bot noted back sight. Now Daimyo has a chance. Peeks it and delivers. And the last player noted, it's Waldy pushing onto sight. They play stacked. 14 seconds. They have to get the spike down, though. Jump, peek, tries to draw the crosshair, and he does. Boise State even it up 1-1, keeping themselves alive for the undefeated season.
And now we're moving on into the third game. I feel like we went a whole time without seeing game threes, and now it's back to back to back.
For sure. I mean, the first 5 weeks it had been even, but now the Broncos choosing to play with fire and Dez rounding into form, but they weather it. And every player, 14 kills or more on the side of the Broncos, a whole team effort outlasting what Dez is able to do. But I mean, we've come all this way. It's 1-1 now. You can't go anywhere. We do have a break, but you better be back to see how this one ends out.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Is your IT setup held together by duct tape and hope? Don't worry, Alpine IT Group has your back. We handle on-site support, service desks, cloud management, office phone systems, mobile device management, and more. And the best part, we can fix things remotely, so you can concentrate on your clients. Call Alpine IT Group at 1-888-720-4769 or visit alpineitgroup.com today. Scaling success together and completely duct tape free.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
Love paddles up, Pokey. Thank you.
Shout out Powers of Pokey feeding us lunch. Appreciate y'all.
Just finished feeding the football team. Always a pleasure. Go Broncos.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. And could you really have imagined it any other way? I mean, we've been hyping this matchup for so long. The two undefeated teams knowing this is a clash, a duel of the fates, if you will, in the PEC. And of course, it's 1-1 going on to the final map of Sunset. And Nathaniel, well, you know things might get a little wacky here, right?
Yeah, well, we asked Kaz, hey, how you feeling? And he said, we'll see. And then followed up with, things are going to get a little silly.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, we in our conversation with Coach K, she had mentioned that, I mean, they've changed their comp on this map like a million times. I think Sunset, it's definitely one of those maps where it doesn't really have, it's not like old Ascent, if you remember, where everyone just plays the same thing every single time. Sunset, it has a lot of room for creativity, but if there's any time you'd want to make sure you were ready to go, it'd probably be right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you exactly want to be inventing new strategies on Game 3, trying to keep the undefeated record, but
who knows? I mean,
might see that.
In terms of recency bias, the Broncos have the advantage, but we'd like to give thank you to ICCU for their continued support of Boise State esports. Thanks to ICCU, Boise State esports has won multiple national championships and piled up more than 1,500 wins. ICCU looking out after your daily balance. Visit ICCU.com. And talking about national championships, I mean, this game, it probably would mean a lot to whichever team. I'm sure they would feel like they were the favorite. I mean, obviously they'd feel like they were the favorite in the PEC if you won this one.
Yeah, being undefeated first seed, it's a very strong and confident feeling going into any sort of thing, right?
Yeah, like, and even just proving that you can do it, which, of course, the players had mentioned that in Division I they had beat Ohio State, so they probably had that knowledge of, okay, we can do this, but of course it still feels different on the PEC stage. But
oh, the Sage is coming
My
out.
goodness. Cause on the Sage? Master on the Chamber? I've never seen this happen before. And getting creative.
The Harbor is being hovered. A silly game indeed.
Oh, man. Another Harbor from Skies?
Oh, my.
No duelist composition?
That is just foul.
We're getting crazy here on this last map if this is truly what is coming through.
So, something that I've been saying is that Harbor plus Yoru is really good, and they stopped hovering Harbor. Never mind.
Both teams.
Just whatever.
Dez instead chooses the Neon, historically one of their strongest characters. Of course, I keep mentioning the incident, but there was an incident where Dez went like 33-4 against Boise State on Neon, and it haunts me to this day. But Skies is going to be the one to match it. Only Hamburger left to pick their character. Most likely, I mean, it could be a controller or a sentinel kind of some sort. Hamburger
really
has pretty much been on Viper this whole game, but on this map, it really could be anything.
Yeah, I think what makes sense is a flex pick like Yoru or Sova. Yep,
there you go. There's the Sova locked in now, and the game is on the way. 1-1, the last match of the Clash of the Undefeateds. Whoever wins this one, the clear favorite in the PEC. But it's going to happen in the streets of LA right here on Sunset. And it's going to be Ohio State attacking first again. However, it didn't work out for them the way that they had quite hoped last time on Corrode.
Yeah, and Sunset is a map that's been changed so much. So the strategy you've been running like literally changes every semester. And yeah, what a map for Game 3. The Sage is a very silly pick. We weren't lied to.
Back in the day, you used to try and convince me that Sage was super good on this map, so maybe you can use some of that logic here.
Oh, that was a joke.
Oh, okay. So, whatever then. But I mean, I still think it has that potential, though. There's a lot of crazy angles, and this map's a very choke point map. The wall, so much value.
And also, if you combo the slow with the Omen Paranoia, that is just a free kill.
True.
It's
You
very
literally can't
difficult
go
to
anywhere.
do, but it is a free kill.
The Buckeyes' traditional composition looking to get in with that neon, and the first test is Master. TPs gets back safely to backside, but the util coming through. Paranoia hits him, Skelesis through the smoke, can't find it, but Master can, at least for the first, until Dez shuts him down. Sky's now his turn. Has good utility and a ghost in backside. 3 players to match this, and that's about all the smokes that the Buckeyes have. They want to fight. They're forward. Paranoia, though, it comes out and it sets everything up perfectly. Skies finds it, uses the stun as well, pushes in, but it's just him now. 1v1, Bot sliding in. Skies can't land the shots. Bot instead is the one to get it. Pistol goes the way of the Buckeyes.
That was the first time I've ever seen the neon nerf like matter.
True, yeah.
They gave her like, what was it, like 2 degrees in accuracy, and bullet went right over his head.
That first shot would have landed. Bot maybe needs to buy a lottery ticket, but he'll certainly take that fight. Absolutely. And now, interesting purchase from them. Dez going hero rifle, looking to bring that one all the way in this map. Same positions given over. Dart used, as has been noted, but Skies gets one shot before he has to go on a very bad timer. Lots of players pushing, but instead all that pressure has kind of scared away the Buckeyes. Despite having the superior weapons, they're kind of afraid, and they slow down and run out towards mid here. All the footsteps heard by Skelesis.
And he's relaying that information, because look at how fast Skies is already on to B site.
He's here so quick. What an angle.
And that slow orb, it stopped them.
Yeah, I mean, they can't come out. Cause backside as well. Main is walled. They all know that they're mid. Skies has the angle on one. Gets it. Dez, half HP. Skies creeps out. Tries to get a better angle, but can't quite get it. It's Boba not being watched. Bot is the one to take him down, but it's still only 2 left now. As Master gets taken down by Waldy. Daimyo out through the smoke. A chance on the Dez potentially, but instead Ohio State pick up their second round with superior guns.
And now Boise heading into the round that we expect them to win with so many rifles.
Well, and especially they better, I mean, they're going to need to get these rounds going soon, especially with a double Sentinel setup. I mean, you're looking to run up the score here on defense for sure, and then play kind of a slower, more cautious attack side, but they're going to need this one, like you said.
And it looks like it's another A execute here.
But this time, slower view sets up Skies, but they're just past it. They're way faster. Dez gets it. The wall comes through, but it's shot out immediately. Cause is going to be tested. The Paranoia hits him, has a chance on the first, but instead turns and faces Waldy, sees an arm, and he can't quite hit the shot. Skelesis as well, taken down towards stairs. Daimyo gets an interesting angle, but it's only him and Master, but that's a good shot to start things off. Master swinging up, the Paranoia hits everything, and the spray almost lands, but Dez gets the first. Daimyo, a chance, and a shot! A beautiful shot to take down Dez mid-slide, and Boise State get the round they need.
Well played by Daimyo. This is food for thought here. A lot of the time when you have a double Sentinel comp, you don't want to play them on the same side, right?
Yeah.
But Chamber and Sage have a little bit of synergy, because if the Chamber is teleporting away from a kill, odds are he's damaged pretty heavily, right?
Yeah.
And the Sage would be able to heal him. So that's just something to think about. I don't know if it actually makes sense, though.
It is an interesting thing to note. Lots of different ways you can play this unusual combination, but Skies plays it straight up, gets in, slides, gets one, and gets taken down.
It's a very important one. It's the controller for Ohio State falls.
Oh man, now you can, I mean, the Broncos can play this pretty much however they want. Wall comes through, getting Daimyo into a cheeky little position. It looks like Waldy knows something could be happening of this manner, but Daimyo, I mean, you've worked too hard on this play to drop off. I mean, you gotta peek it, right? You gotta peek it, right? And he does. Gets one. And his rifle drops off perfectly to his teammate, so it's actually not that bad of a death. But this B site has been left open now. And it looks like Pat is up towards it. The chamber tripwire is going to note Pat if he walks out. And the rest of the players are already here. Actually, Skellis is just firmly in towards backside. Only a sheriff, but this position is so good. And he gets it. Finds the first. Pat quickly trades, but the rest of the players now good weapons to be played with. Cause holds and gets the first. Sees Hamburger's head, but waits for Master to try and make a play. Cause knowing the pressure's coming, but still Hamburger wins it. Master, only the headhunter to work with. Such a nice spot though, and time is ticking. The spike's not down. Hamburger fakes on the first, now sticking the spike on the second, letting Master get up towards sight, and he peeks, and the shot can't quite land. Fully automatic is what wins it for Hamburger, and a clutch. Now Ohio State win a very, very important round there.
But it looks like Boise State was saving, so back to rifles.
True, and I mean, if that was a save, I mean, the damage is almost as much as it could have possibly been. Light armor on a few players of the Buckeyes, but it looks like they're now actually trying a straight-up B hit, something that they haven't done in these first 4 rounds.
And let's see how it pays off, as there's not any players really towards it except Master.
But that's kind of who you'd want. Able to make so many plays. Daimyo teleports in as well, wants to try and get something here through the fast lane. Hamburger's watching it. Dez pulls the crosshair, but takes some damage for their efforts. In goes Skies, the first found, the second, the third, spraying down everything with the overclock. Sees another, backs up, 4 for Skies, looking for the ace, running in on Pat, knows the flank is inbound, but Skellis takes it. But I think that's got to be the unbottled play of the game. So thank you. I mean, today's stream is brought to you in part by local dairy farmers and the dairy protein they produce. Thanks to them, Boise State Esports has access to next-level fueling options that keep our players playing at their peak. Unbottled dairy protein that powers your performance. Visit unbottled.com for more info. And I mean, that's a fitting play for sure. I mean, he would have gotten the ace. I mean, of course, in a game like this, if you see the play, just don't mess around. No shenanigans. We're not dying for Skies to get the ace, but he definitely would have gotten it.
Now his gun is glowing.
Ooh, quick mid. 4 players up. Dez wants to push it, but I mean, they can't. They instead have to go top, and there's 2 waiting. It's Cause and Skellis. Daimyo's the one to find it through the smoke, though. And now all the players set up. Skies is here for the crossfire, and mid, they thought they won it, but it might be a death trap. Skellis is not choosing to peek into the Guardian, probably wise, knowing that if they go towards mid, this is what is waiting for them. A crazy angle. I don't know why you would ever expect something like this, but Daimyo has to be ready for a flash. But instead, he might have to be ready for the rotate. Buckeyes deciding to play this one slow.
And will that slow playstyle pay off as they coalesce towards the A site, getting ready to execute, waiting for that initiator utility to refresh?
I mean, the respect, though, it might almost even be too much. Boise State just wanting to play the retake. It's understandable.
30 seconds.
They don't want to give any kills, don't want to give the neural theft away for free, especially up a player, but now the ultimate comes through. Dez sees one. Skellis is going to get tested, has to adjust. It's so difficult, but his team saves his life. Skies takes down Dez, letting Skellis live a little bit longer. Get that haunt off potentially one more time. Only 3 players on site. In goes Skies. Stun sets him up for 1. Pat is trying to fight it, but it's not enough. Boise State even out the score 3-3.
A lot of ultimates coming up. Could be a little bit of an interesting play using that Hunter's Fury, but really isn't too much you can do here, like ultimate combination wise.
I just think like with that comp of the Buckeyes, I think if you play as slow as they're playing, that's what the Broncos want. I mean, double sentinel, they want you to go slow. And I mean, or it kind of depends, but just when they go that slow, I feel like I was like, oh, they might be giving them too much respect here, but instead the Buckeyes get a little greedy and it ends up paying off.
Yeah, if they just took the site there and didn't overextend, it could have been a different story.
Lots of pressure towards A once again. Trying to creep up skies. Here's the Owl Drone, but it's not for him, and he gets a timing. Wall comes through from Kaz. As well as the slow orb could be utilized if they want to go. Lots of players trapped towards elbow. Skies goes for the peek in a really tight angle. Oh, that's a really important kill. Master towards mid onto Pat. The rotate's so much more difficult now. They want to commit out towards the site. But the Nightfall scares them away at least for a little bit. But instead they dodge it and choose to walk up again towards elbow here.
And getting that elbow space is so important. It's half of the battle fighting A.
Kaz again finds himself in the perfect angle to shut it down, but Dez creeps past him. He doesn't see it. Is he ready? Stun comes through backside. Dez wants to go, but Kaz is ready. Dez still able to get out backside and find one. Those Skies set up on a platter backside. The Broncos maintain their one-person advantage, but it's difficult into the smokes. Skelesis wants to pop out. Whole team ready, all stacked up, but Waldy is right there, and Waldy's got a timing. Bot as well from the box. Resurrection comes through. Bot doesn't want to fight it. Dez can't get there in time either. 2v2. Where does Kaz watch this too? Many angles. Dez on an off one finds it, but Kaz peeking through. Now's the chance to tap. Dez running in, has the shorty, and the shorty is what gets it. Buckeyes back in the lead.
That round, I think the call was Skelesis, all your utilities down, walk in and get some information for us, and we'll res you. But it just didn't turn out the way it was meant to.
It was a really interesting crossfire, especially from Bot's position.
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy crossfire to play into. And if only one piece of utility.
Look at A site. You just see this on the map. You know what's coming. Paranoia in hand. Skies ready to go. Out goes the Paranoia. Buys space. Gets one and gets out. And Kaz going for a peek. He walled himself up to look through the window. Doesn't end up finding anything, but okay, we see maybe that's what the shenanigans he was talking about in the hallway. That could have been it. And instead they pivot towards mid. Dez goes through, gets traded out quickly. Daimyo, good for two. Neural Theft is through, but Kaz has the angle for the flank. Now back 4-4. Rounds alternating, but the Broncos won't let it slip.
And Ohio State having that Rolling Thunder up. I think that's what they wanted to use last round, but they just wanted to get a little bit closer to sight.
Dude, top mid is like, it's so difficult to push.
Yeah, there's like 3 crossfires you have to clear. Sage Slow Orb just thrown in there for fun. Really not much you can do.
I would have liked to see Kaz get like a couple on that angle. It's definitely not something you expect. You probably don't play against Sage a lot on this map. But look who's going for the peak. Master actually gets one, a quick kill, but his gun is now given over. It's only an outlaw, but the TP comes to the flank. Skelesis holding on sight, ready for the contact. But instead the site has been taken. Skies almost stuns himself, dodges it, and is still playing towards here. Rolling Thunder comes through, but Daimyo flanked. Perfect timing. Paranoia backside opens up space for his team to cook. Dez, 1 HP, trying to play backside, and Kaz finds it.
And now, Boise State leading.
About as even of a game as you could possibly imagine here.
I believe that was Ohio State's rifle round, and they should be on
2 in a row. They should be on. Ooh, they should be on an eco, but they're not quite. Still have money to buy again, but if they lose this one, it's not going to be good. And what a position from Daimyo, not only getting the 2, But I mean, the paranoia also set up his team to fight back sight. Just a great use of that teleport that it's kind of difficult to use it well like that.
Yeah, the From the Shadows is always a hard ult to use. But Daimyo seems to find himself in a lot of flank positions with it.
Master trips the door, hears the noise, and gets out of there. Dez towards tiles now, walking up really close mid. Cause is kind of ready, and here's at least 3 or 4 guns being shot. They know it's towards mid. Cause has to watch main though, and Dez creeps out the smoke and gets one. Quick trade though, Cause from the other side. Another crossfire still top mid. So difficult to push into. But A site's open, and this could be the weak link. Cause has to watch so much from his position. And the Buckeyes are creeping towards his site.
Yeah, he's a little overloaded in his tasks right now. And it seems like just waiting for the team could be the call.
But he chooses to go on to site. Actually, no, he's staying, biding his time. Cause one of the most kind of cerebral, just cautious, risk-adverse players that we've seen. I would definitely walk forward there and look for a peek, but he knows their strength is in numbers. Even if they're here, he wants to just try and get one and get out before the plant comes through, not risking himself in the process. Smoke goes down, and Cause has the potential here to make a play. Instead waits, no ultimates on board for the Broncos. Bot gets himself into a nice corner here.
A teleport from Bot is going to lead to a tricky situation for the Broncos.
With Hunter's Fury, they gotta go soon. Fast lane comes out. Somehow, Skies maneuvers. Hamburger is the one to get the kills, though. 2 for him. Master, can't quite land the shot on the flashed Hamburger, but still, TP reposition. He has a chance. 3 to be found, but he can't even get the first. Hamburger, a name we've said so much in this game, and for good reason. 3 on the round to get it back even once again.
Yeah, we've seen... So the Boise State comp before this was double initiator, which makes it very easy to retake. And we're seeing Boise State try and go for a lot of the retakes the same way, which might be like the reason why these rounds are so difficult.
They're playing like their old style, even with the newer kind of characters. I definitely understand what you mean by that for sure. 4 players mid.
Go.
Skies gets an early aggressive push. It's only Pat there. And instead, he's actually going to pop the overclock, or the overdrive, hits it, and is now moving towards mid. Daimyo in support, but look at this. Dez and Hamburger, they've rotated, they've flipped the entire map. Master and Skelesis think they're pushing here, but instead, everyone's behind them. They hear the util Shirley. And they've actually just about gotten away from what probably would have been certain death. Map still flipped in such an awkward position, but I have to think it might be better for the Broncos here.
Yeah, that 5-point collapse is going to be very, very strong.
That's the drone dodged. Skies now has a good timing. Once this smoke falls too, main is not even under the Buckeyes' control, but time is ticking. They will have to go soon. Players coming in from CT. Pat is there though, gets the first and more. Hamburger and Dez both good for 1 apiece, and the players main can't get a foothold. They can't get anything. Ohio State takes the lead now, 6 on the map.
It's the Broncos' time to try and tie things up, but they are on a bit of an eco round, which is not always something you want to see. Sage Resurrection is online, which could be good depending on how it's played.
Certainly, but you're into the overdrive and the Hunter's Fury. I mean, Hamburger hasn't even used it, has had it since like round 4, but surely you use it this round just because it's the last one.
Tour de Force coming out.
Tour de Force out mid. Daimyo hits the Owl Drone, but I mean, he can't really leave. There's nowhere for him to go. So much utility, and he's ran down. Dez finds it. Master has to retreat. Trademark used to get out. And the sniper repositions, as well as the entire Ohio State team, as they walk towards A here. Only 1 player here, and it's Skies. But I think I see a judge in his hand. Potential for a lot. if they walk into it. He's getting cleared out, but he's ahead of it. He's ready for anything, and he gets Pat, and he even escapes. Fast lane comes through, Master gets one, and Waldy taken so low. Skelesis out of the smoke, gets the trade, 2v2. Backside Master is out, has the tour de force, has to look up with it though. Such difficult positions to try and clear. Walks up, gets the first. He doesn't know that bot's above him though. Adjusts and finds it. Skelesis is the one to clean it out. An even half for the Broncos.
At the end there, you saw the omen up top, right? Look at this. Just if it shows it on the replay, he sees his leg briefly and it pings it on the map. And someone on comm said that because they were both looking immediately.
They both like just immediately whipped up good comms, and that is what you want to see. But they did lose the pistol round on this map. If they lose another, I mean, I'll go with the stat that you quoted. I don't even know where you got that, but it's something like 80% of games at a level like this are won if a team can get 2 pistols. So I think the Broncos really need to get this one.
And let's see if they're able to.
So much utility used. Just already, I mean, it didn't really get anything.
And this mid space.
Mid. Dez wants to take the fight, might even swing the smoke. Instead he gets stunned, trip caught, Skies, but doesn't really need to push into that. Mid is completely open, only one player backside, no trips for Pat. Pat's getting ran down, Prowler clearing for Skies, but the reload is so unlucky. Gets caught on the corner, but Skelesis looking to trade. Pat's still getting value backside. Up goes Cause around the other side, but it's unlucky again as the wall comes up at the worst moment. Waldy through mid, it's all onto Skelesis. And just a myriad of unfortunate errors allow the Buckeyes to get a pistol round again.
And that will bring Ohio State to a 6-7 lead with the Outlaw coming out.
Oh man, that could be dangerous. Lots of snipers. Hamburger did use the Marshall on bind and had great success with it. And I mean, now
he's switching off.
Again, now that the pistol's lost, I think all of these rounds get just a little bit more difficult going forward.
I'll find you.
Once again, so much utility used. Fault line as well as the dart, and they're pushing. They're going up with better guns. If they die here, this could be terrible for the Buckeyes. Dez and Hamburger stacked on the angle, but Master's watching. Oh, not the best guns for them. And this might be good for Master. Finds the first, and he knows Neon's here. Ooh, but a good dead zone from Dez. Takes him out. No guns given over from either side, but I think if you're Boise State, you'll take that trade, especially on attack.
1 for 1 is always good on the attacking half.
Waldy is getting aggressive as well. This smoke is going to drop any second, but instead Skies is the one to push, and the trade not found. The rest of the Broncos looking to try and get back that kill. Instead, fall further and further on this round. Just Daimyo left. Takes down Dez. It's a good shot, but Waldy's gonna get 3 in Ohio State. 2-round lead now. And it's getting intense now, isn't it?
It is. And now we're on to the Broncos' very first rifle round of this half. The way they approach is going to be a little interesting.
Oh, but look at the guns on the Buckeyes side. It's so good. I mean, they're barely even at a disadvantage this round. So many rifles.
Yeah, I saw a lot of ghosts last round, so it seems like they were playing into that quite a bit. Fault line being charged up and already out. So much utility being used. Surely the Broncos have a way to punish it this round.
Dez is in such a crazy angle. Look at this spot from Dez. I don't know if I've ever seen someone play there. Genuinely, I don't think Daimyo would ever expect this. If he peeks out, he'll have to make such a fast adjustment, and he actually...
Oh my!
I thought he had it, but Dez gets the kill and gets the reposition. Hamburger as well stands tall and delivers for 1. Master, good trade, but Dez gets 1 more towards mid. Ooh, and ahead of the wall, Waldy playing up so close. Good swing from Cause, though, keeps things close, palatable. Teleport her. They know Bot is in an interesting position, but it's Master and Cause to contend with it. They want a double push. They know wall might drop, but instead, actually, they're standing on it. Pat, up the flank, chooses to go elbow. And that could be a mistake. So much space for Boise State now. Time is slowly ticking. Cause towards backside is going to be the one to take the first peek, and Bot sees him first, and too much to deal with for Master as Ohio State win the bonus.
And something we saw that round was the Sage Slow Orb Paranoia combo, but Daimyo just died before he could throw the Paranoia out, but that's what was being called there.
Ooh, not super surprised to see a timeout come out, of course. I mean, you got to use them at some point, and I don't know, it's definitely is a lot to talk over. Three down already on their attack side, and it's only going to get worse out from here as they don't have money. They're going to need to win a round that they're not favored in, so a chance to talk up a strat and try and do something probably unexpected here. They're going to need to.
Yeah, if the promise of things would be silly, it needs to come true now, because some sort of eco strategy has to come out. I'm expecting to see like a Sheriff force buy or something.
Yeah, something like that, or something like shotguns, or just something coordinated that they can get a play going. But it just seems like even though all that utility is being used by the Buckeyes every round, I mean, that's good stuff. That's recon dart. That's fault line. Like it's not
Those
stuff you throw into the fountain.
Cooldowns.
Like you're not. But it's like, 60-second cooldowns. It almost just doesn't even feel like it matters a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's. I don't understand like why. Like I think a lot of the time, it's because the Buckeyes are able to take space right afterwards, so they're still gaining something.
But if there's anything to kind of feel good about, it's that just each player on the Broncos is still holding tall. There's not anyone who's underperforming necessarily, and Skelesis is under a lot of pressure here. They want him bad, but the rest of the team might be here in time. Fast lane goes out, and I think the Buckeyes know that there might be a little bit more here than they want to trifle with, but Dez peeks, just goes for the swing, and the util out now. Dez slides through, Skies puts him down with the Sheriff. A beautiful shot, that's a gun, given over, and they want more, but Waldy holding strong on the box as well as Pat, and they shut down the retake. Skelesis gets the spike, but it's all but consolation at this point. Pat and Waldy just dismantle the repush.
And now the Broncos are onto a rifle round, but because they bought Sheriffs on the previous round, they won't be able to afford full utility, full rifles on the next one after this.
And I mean, you got to start thinking like that as the rounds get intense. Still, Broncos haven't found an attacking round yet. Like we had mentioned with that composition, you want to run up the round on, or the rounds on defense, and you might not have done it quite enough. Because they're in a tough spot now, but they're not out of it yet.
Grabbing that mid space so fast.
Ooh, Hamburger's just swinging through the smoke, potentially. Same with Dez. Two people that are not known to respect smokes, but really great shot from Skies. Just knows where the trip is.
Exactly.
And that's good, because now the Buckeyes have to think about that a little more. And they just slide out. Dez just gives himself over, a free kill. And Skies gets himself safely tucked into the corner.
The bomb is still left in spawn, as this was a bit of a default.
Wait, Hamburger, no way you peeked this, right?
No
way you peeked this, right? Hamburger almost gets two. Cause trades it out. A beautiful adaption. And that's the healing. The value of the heal comes through. Like you said, Master TP's out and gets healed by the Scott or the Sage. And Waldy, though, such a crazy position. There with Pat, ready to hold. The Broncos setting up. Prowler coming through, smoke drops. No trip found, they know where Waldy is. And the stun's not there in time. Master's back, sticking out of the smoke. He's gonna get punished as the neural theft comes through. That ping might, ooh, Cause gets him through the smoke, and now a 4v1, only bot left to contend with the Broncos, taking this site. And in the smoke he goes, but he's actually gonna get walled, now has to go all the way around here. Or maybe over the top? I don't know, not many options for bot. Broncos finally able to get their heels dug into the site here. Over the top he goes, and actually lives a little longer than he should, but Skelesis finds it as the Broncos now on the board on their attacking half.
Very smart from bot. What he did there was he was timing when he would swing with Daimyo's jump scouts. So there's one less target that he has to worry about.
Still though, the round a lot of the time in this situation can't be won, and the trade-off for it being hard to push with the Sentinels is once you get there, now
It's
all that
very
utility
easy
that
to
you were
hold.
using the last half to hold the site, now you can just use that to hold the retake.
Yeah, and it seems like Ohio State's been a little over-aggressive. So
They
Boise
see
State's
Des.
trying to punish.
You see Dez's shot, I mean, they know that they love to play mid. They also, Buckeyes know that the tour de force is in play.
And swinging through that smoke would be a little unwise without an owl drone, which
there-
marks Master.
There it goes. TP's back as they swing out. What a shot from Skies. A beautiful adjustment
my!
through the dink. Through. Wow, what a shot. But Pat unfortunately claims Skelesis through the wall on the other side of the map. But Bot, in such a weird off angle, they're so ready, clearing every little bit of the angle. Skies healed up to full and now ready to rain more terror on the server. 3 for him. But the A site, I mean, it's still an unknown. It hasn't all the way been cleared. But they get in, and the spike now due to come down.
And with that plant down, Ohio State is looking to try and get any sort of kill.
Ooh, out. Oh, they don't know. Pat crept. Pat got a crazy timing. So low, though. And that one kill, that's such good information, though, for the Broncos, as both Buckeyes now grouping up, wanting to go at it as a team here. Waldy and Pat have to contend with Daimyo backside. Such a good spot, and they're going to have to run through the smoke. Both players now noted. Flash comes through. It's dodged. Cause is ready, and he delivers on the first. Pat now creeps through the smoke for 3 and 4. Hold on, but it's not enough. Cause takes him down. 4K, but not the round. 8 now for the Broncos. Back in it.
And that was also a full house, I believe. Now going into this next round, we have the Neon ult, I believe is what I saw up there.
Ooh, overdrive. I mean, we've seen what Skies can do with that. I'd say it's the best out of all of, like, the weapon ultimates. Like, talk about the Blade Storm or the Tour de Force. It's just, it kind of does everything, and we could be up for a little laser battle if Dez decides to use theirs as well.
But seeing the rifle in Skies' hands tells me a different story.
Space taken towards A. The Buckeyes early smoke. They've gained a lot of space. They have B and A. They logically know that all the players are mid, and they want to keep going, but they see the trip. Cause, are you ready for this? Dez, so close, so far up, and gets one. The Neon v Neon duel goes the way of Dez. An early kill, so valuable, as well as Bot shutting down Master, trying to get something back towards mid.
And now,
Daimyo.
a kill is needed.
So ready, though, so ready. Gets headshot through the wall, but his headshot was better. Down to 9 HP, but he's healed all the way back up. Not something you see all the time, but that's the Sage value through the smoke. He knows Waldy's there, but not exactly where. Waldy gets the kill, and now it's tough to go over towards this A side only, or B side, sorry, only 2 players, and the tripwire still to contend with. Skelesis, the one to note it. As soon as the shot comes in, out they go. Moving like the SWAT team, clearing every angle, but a wall in Cause's hand, and he finds it somehow, so low, wants to try and stick, out goes all the utility trying to get him off, only 10 seconds left. but he's going to get it down. Skelis is ready for the jump, ready for the jump. What a spray. Uses the nightfall, but it's in the flank. Is he ready for Hamburger on the flank? Skelis is 1 versus 3 clutch to bring it only to 1.
The nightfall missing, it still gives information.
That's insane.
Look
That's
at
so
this.
crazy.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, man.
Oh my word.
If any of your friends ask you why to use the Phantom instead of the Vandal, show them that clip. That's why. Skelis, we'd mentioned it before, every kill he gets, so impactful, so important on the outcome of the round. He's always in the right position, and they need him and he shows up.
As mid space is being fought for, it looks like the Broncos had it for free.
Maybe you don't believe it, but after that round, if you'll notice, the Buckeyes are giving them so much more respect. Instead of even peeking mid, they're peeking nothing, only really Hamburger towards A. The rest of the team, a little bit of fear has possibly been put in their hearts after that clutch.
Hamburger can't be traded.
It's true. But it is a crazy angle still. I mean, but the thing is, they've been so ready for it thus far. And Master not looking to let up yet. But Hamburger gets 2.
Hamburger!
Oh, stands really tall with the res. It evens it out. But they don't have the spike. It's still in spawn. They're forced to kind of wait a little bit longer. But that's kind of what they want. And hold on. It's bot out towards mid. Crept up so far, Skelis. I mean, do you even check this? Are you aware?
Mid isn't smoked.
Skelis doesn't look like he knows, but he's ready. Kinda checks it, but it's deeper than he thinks. Master gets the trade, and Skies pops the ult, wants to get out. So much space. But really, he fakes the footsteps towards mid, and now he's going towards spawn. They have no idea, but the spike. Only 10 seconds left. Cause has to get it down, but he sees everything. Skies sees everything. I can't believe it. What a spray. Skies.
And that was such a smart play, because, look, you would never expect the Neon who's ulting to shift walk flank you.
I mean, why would you? You would never expect this ever. He even fakes the footsteps. Just, that's the kind of play you need, man. And 4 straight now, rallying back after losing 4 straight, firmly in the driver's seat now. Fast lane, a little short, and oh, Dez, aggressive, out towards mid, hold on, in they go, overdrive, but Skies trades it, jump peek, Cause as well, gets it, A side open, but the double flank is fast here, neural theft is used, and it's so sketchy for the Broncos. They have everything, but they could be anywhere, but they're 2 towards stairs and 1 towards main, and Skies is re-clearing. Skies re-clearing, finds the kill. So cerebral, just tracking the players in his head, knows Waldy's there. And it's Pat now creeping out of stairs, trying to get something, but bot noted. That's such good information. Cause playing his life, backside, stalling for time, and an arm spotted. Pat, ooh, careful there, Cause. You've got to heal, but still, be careful. Skies goes in, and Skies gets another 4K. He wants to win, and he wants it now.
Oh my word. And now the timeout's coming through.
Dude, that timeout literally flipped. I don't know what the Broncos could have possibly said in their timeout, but it flipped everything. 5 straight.
I don't know what type of dark magic was used.
They were like, Skies, start clicking heads. And he's like, oh yeah, okay.
Forgot I could do that.
He's like, oh yeah, okay. Oh wow, just he's taking over for sure. I mean, you got to give him credit, of course, but the way they're playing is it reminds me a bit of the Minnesota game when they were down a lot. They didn't end up winning on Sunset, but it was kind of similar. If they had lost so many in a row and then they flipped the switch of, okay, let's just wait for them to make mistakes. And they're doing it, it's working. I mean, they're catching Hamburger, they're catching Dez. And if that keeps up, they're so close now, only 2 away.
Yes, this team seems to love to just walk up on their own and try and get that opening kill. And they just can continue to walk into Boise State's crosshairs. And the thing is when you're going for those desperate like kill plays and then you lose, you continue to go for them because
dude, Hamburger hasn't used Hunter's Fury yet. I don't think in the game.
No, he has not.
In all these rounds, in 21 rounds, I mean, that to me shows that he doesn't even really know what he wants to do with it. Dart comes through. I mean, he could use it now if he wanted. Instead, he saves it, and I mean, they're so spread out across this map now. The Broncos continue to play mid, as that's what's been giving them success.
And the mid presence is there as Paranoia comes through.
Well, they've got to be careful. One's up towards mid. It's Hamburger. So good in this game so far, but Skies, there's no trip, and he's gotten so much space. Oh, but they want to re-clear towards A, and it's a crossfire. But Waldy's in such a bad spot. If they kill Dez first, Waldy is practically guaranteed to die, and they kill them both. They get them both already. It's only Hamburger on site to contend with the push, and the Broncos swing it, and they take the kill. 4 versus 2. Spike coming down on site. Bot and Pat to contend with it. What can they do? 2 of them together. Pat trying to push up. Haunt comes through and it's shot. Great information. They know Pat wants to peek. They know he wants to go, and Master ready for the swing. But Bot on the other side coming through. It's double held. So ready are the Broncos. But it's still sketchy. Paranoia in hand. Daimyo finds it. And Master, the one shooting through the blind, can't get it, but Skelesis can. 1 more for Boise State to complete the comeback on the undefeated season.
And this could be the round.
All light shield into the overdrive.
He's going to disintegrate them.
It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet for Skies. Buys only the stinger because he knows he wants to use it. And they want to up the tempo. I think it's going to be Skies in towards B, here through mid, and the rest of the team pushing in quick. Adrenaline.
It's that fast push under the door.
Out it goes. Can he get through the door? Slides through. Gets the trip out of the way, but they're ready. They hold him. The rest of his team trying to break the door to get the trade, and the wall comes through, isolates the fight. Master gets it. Rolling Thunder dodged. So good. Master now can't be pressured. Ooh, Dez, good shot, but Skelesis trades it. 2 versus 3. Ooh, above the smoke. What an angle for Pat. But Master, a minute to work with. And he's going to get a really good chance right here if he can isolate the fights. Gets the first, dodges the flash, and he's waiting for Pat. He knows Pat wants to peek. Oh, but there's too much for him to do. It's win this one or go to overtime. Ohio State hold on with the light shield.
And Ohio State's economy is still a little bit in the gutter.
They have Nightfall.
Timeout from Boise State.
Yeah. They have Nightfall, and dude, oh my goodness. Anything could happen on this round. Only 1 more needed for the Broncos to win. But if Ohio State get this one, we're going overtime. And I think so many players did die last round that the economy is still in the Broncos' favor, but I'm glad to see them call a timeout. You can't take it. There's no next game to take it to. I mean, you don't take it to next game anyway, but now they have a chance to get their best play forward here.
And that last round, even though it was lost by the Broncos, a lot of ultimates were still used. So it's not exactly the worst loss, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So going into this round, the Nightfall is such a big advantage.
I think you got to make sure that you use it, even if it hits no one. Like, just dying with the Nightfall is just so bad. You got to just make sure it comes out at some point. And I'm expecting that's what they're probably drawing the play around right now, as it looks like they're kind of setting up a little heavier towards the A, but still just looking to make space mid here.
And that mid space, it seems like they're also trying to play for a little bit of just holding A with that tour de force.
Oh man, that's so good. With the tour de force on that angle, they normally have to re-clear that spot. But instead, with the sniper on it, that's so much space gained. Hamburger thinking about going through the smoke. Skies actually bypassed the Cypher camera as well. Still not spotted by it. If he opens it up now, Pat will see him. But Skies, so much space, still not willing to go anywhere yet.
Now they know of the Cypher cam, hearing it.
Dude, Dez is in a really, really sketchy spot. No trade available into the Tour de Force Master. Has a chance here. Oh, but Dez stuns him up and gets him. The trade can't get there, as well as the Hunter's Fury being utilized by Hamburger. Skelesis dodges it, but Dez finds one. Nightfall has to be used to just kind of kill some pressure as the rest of the team now groups towards B. No tripwire to deal with.
And we're walking up, creeping, but that tripwire's still there in market, and Kaz is gonna find out the hard way.
Oh wait! Oh, but he had a chance. The paranoia, so sketchy, almost gets the kill anyway. But Daimyo gets one onto Pat, 33 HP, has to try and do something creative. 14 seconds in the smoke.
Oh.
How do you hit that Daimyo? And good for another 19 HP, but Dez slides in and sends us to overtime.
The first overtime of the series.
Could it be any more fitting? I mean, what other way could this go? Could you really expect anything else but going the distance? 12-12 now. The Broncos back on their defense, and they need to find one now.
This is the side that we would favor Boise State to play on. They have 2 Sentinels. Let's see how it plays out. That's just a wicked shot from Daimyo. And that one too.
Unfortunately, the blind was there, but I have to say the momentum feels like it's in the Broncos' favor, despite the Buckeyes rallying to get those last 2. Oh, man.
Oh, you see a lot of red
Yeah,
things
this
on
could be
B-side.
dangerous. It looks like they want a fast push, and it's only one guy there. It's Master. Set play out towards A. It finds no one, but Ohio State actually taking their time, creeping up, and Master might get ahead of it. Could get an angle. Plays in his TP. What a nice angle. The Util comes through, and he's passed. Has a chance, but instead just TP's out to safety. Lives to fight another day as the rest of his team comes in to back him up. But these are sketchy, sketchy spots to deal with. So many players holding this CT. It's Dez and it's Waldy pretty much on top of each other. Skelesis, an Odin in hand, and through the wall he's sprayed down. Flash lets Dez push forward a little more into the arms of Master. Trying to land it but can't find it. Kaz has to deal with it instead. But Dez stays strong for 3, and Ohio State takes the lead in overtime.
Boise State needs this round to stay in the game. Let's see what type of strategy they have cooked up. As we are getting down towards the end there.
It just feels like, I mean, now back against the wall, you need this one to go into second overtime, keep the game alive. But it's difficult to call what strategy to go with, as it looks like Ohio State, before going mid, they've set up A, ready to receive the hit. But still, Broncos towards mid here, looking to clear out some space.
That space has been gained. Unable to
trip,
find that
though.
tripwire.
Wants to go back and make sure to confirm it. Hits it, but still the rotate's not completely there. But Skies, he's walking into so many 3 players. The Owl Drone due to come out. Stun goes through, but the slide, and he's, oh my goodness, in the middle of nowhere. Skies, can you escape? Just
And
about
he's healed
does.
back to full.
Owl Drone missing the ping there, saves his life, and through the
What?
smoke, Skies just gets it. Just why not? And still, pivot not even to be found because the spike is in spawn. Ooh, wall a little sketchy. Tries to get space, but Skies running in just gets quickly eliminated. And the paranoia follows. Waldy is there as well. There's lots of players. The Broncos, though, they gather the spike and they're over towards A.
Time is running so low. The
Oh my
Broncos have to go
goodness.
fast
It's
into
all on to
Dez.
Dez. It's all on to Dez, and Dez gets the first. Swinging in, Dez gets everything, and Dez wins it for Ohio State in heartbreaking fashion. The leader of the team takes over in the last moment. But not a game that I think you feel too bad about if you're the Broncos. Congratulations to Ohio State keeping their undefeated streak alive. But Boise State, I mean, you literally could not have been closer
That was
than
the
you were.
closest it could have been.
So I think that shows the PEC, there's not one team that's going to run it. I think we might have seen a little bit of a preview of the finals here. This could have been a little early season finals matchup. But
I do agree.
Overall, great job from everybody, of course. Dez comes in at the end, but Sky's amazing gameplay to bring them back into it. Everyone performing so well, and even on a composition they're not super used to, they still put up a crazy fight and got crazy value. So, I mean, just well played. Do you have any final notes?
Yeah, like you said, I think it did come down to just the fact that the comp might be a little new. And we've seen that with Sunset. They've been trying stuff out a lot. So once that's locked in for the finals, we could see a different story completely.
For sure. And, I mean, now I guess Ohio State moves on to try and keep their undefeated streak alive as Boise State maybe a bit of weight off their shoulders. They're free to kind of go a little bit crazy. They can maybe try out a bit more comps like they were trying today. But thank you, of course, for joining us. It was cinema, as we all knew. But we, of course, have a top 5 for you. And make sure to join us back next week to see how the rest of this PEC season plays out. But thank you, and have a nice night. Standing tall, Skeleton, good transfer. Waldy punishes him, but one is more than you probably could have asked for out of him, and Dez taken solo too. Cause is ready for their exploration! No way! Two! Looks like he's going for his signature play. Standing and waiting for the pressure. He's standing tall, holding with the gate crash setup. Dez goes through. Daimyo doesn't fall for the crosshair, and he sprays two! Beautiful headshots through the box. But the spike, only 10 seconds left. Cause has to get it down, but he sees everything! Cause sees everything! I can't believe it! But he's gonna get it down. Skelis ready for the jump! Ready for the jump! What a spray! Uses the nightfall, but it's in the flank. Is he ready for Hamburger on the flank? Skelis one through the fast lane. Hamburger's watching it. Dez pulls the crosshair. Takes some damage for their efforts. In goes Skies. The first bound, the second, the third. Spraying down everything with the overclock. Sees another. Backs up. Backs up.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
Is your IT setup held together by duct tape and hope? Don't worry, Alpine IT Group has your back. We handle on-site support, service desks, cloud management, office phone systems, mobile device management, and more. And the best part, we can fix things remotely, so you can concentrate on your clients. Call Alpine IT Group at 1-888-720-4769 or visit alpineitgroup.com today. Scaling success together and completely duct tape free.
Love powers up, Pokey. Thank you.
Shout out Powers of Pokey, feed us lunch. Appreciate y'all.
Just finished feeding the football team. Always a pleasure. Go Broncos.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do If you couldn't fail, would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Welcome everybody back to the Boise State Esports Arena. I am here with Master for a little bit of a post-game interview. And I guess the first thing that I would want to ask is, you played Ohio State earlier in Division 1 and it went a different way. So kind of what do you think was the difference between then and now?
I feel like we were a lot more comfortable in our map pool when we were playing Ohio State originally, and we came off a lot more practice. And then later in the season, after the patch change, we've just had a little bit less time to practice with finals and everything. So we've just had a little bit less practice, and I think that is kind of where it showed.
Yeah, I was hearing that like Sunset hasn't been scrimmed too much, and I've seen the comps kind of switch around a lot. Is that something that's been going on, or is that just...
Yeah, after the new map pool, we've swapped our comps a lot. So on a lot of our less common maps, we've only scrimmed once so far this semester, or for like this patch. So we are struggling a little bit to just have like fluid game plans for like a long time, and like having like variability in our gameplay. And that's definitely something that we're going to work on for next semester. Okay.
And another thing is, I know I was asking you before and you said you didn't have anything you want to bring up, but is there anything you want to shout out about maybe your team or the opponents that you saw happen?
I think the best thing that I saw today is that like everyone was just playing to like a very high ability on both teams. Like everyone was hitting some really nice shots, getting some really good clutches. So I just appreciate that both teams came here to play and we like showed up.
Yeah, and I want to say something that I really like about just watching you guys is even when it's like really like destitute and like you guys are down, you still try. Really, and like it really shows the entire time.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've been working on. is just having like a consistent like mental throughout the game and just being able to like try our best no matter what like the outcome is, and just like valuing the experience over the win. Because in the end, like what matters is PEC in Las Vegas next semester, and so we're just working towards being the best we can for that LAN.
Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it. You have anything else you want to bring up? I know after the timeout when you guys started rallying everything back, what happened on that first timeout? Like, what were you saying?
On attack or defense?
It was on the attacking half when right afterwards you just won those 5 rounds.
We changed our set to like better accommodate like how we wanted to play the round. So we just had people in better positions so we could have like faster timings throughout the map.
I see. Well, all right. Nothing else you want to say, or?
Shout out Riley Boyd for the packs.
Oh yeah, the packs are so very nice. And if you want to get some packs, come in on the 20th for the highlighted home game. I believe that'll be all for tonight. So, thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time.